switch. Hey, Josie in the morning. Got your midnight take from me. It's giving ice. It's Josie in the morning. Josie in the morning. With shade and laughter me. Jonesy in the morning.
Good morning, lovies. Good morning, love bugs. Guess what's going on with me? Be true to you first. Well, this is a failed attempt to hide my eye. So I know you guys told me yesterday to forget the eye doctor. It's just allergies. Some of you sent money over for the allergy fund, and I thank you. But I wound up going to the eye doctor anyway because it was hurting me so bad. You guys were here when I made it. I had to drop off a helmet any freaking way, so I was in the area. Come to find out, I got a whole eye infection that spread into my lymph. I guess my lymphatics over here, which is why it was swollen yesterday. So now I am on an antibiotic, which they did not have. Well, actually, they had it, but the doctor put it in wrong, and I think he put it in wrong on purpose.
The homies going to jail. Said you're going to jail tonight. The homies going to jail.
You want to be poisoning people? You want to be trying to use me? You want to be trying to be on my face with gloves that you I shouldn't have said nothing. I shouldn't have said nothing. I would have my Z-Pack. I shouldn't have said nothing to this doctor. So the doctor comes in, he puts on the gloves, and then he starts typing on the keyboard. Then he takes his hand and puts it underneath his stool so he could scoot up close to me. And I'm like, you ain't touching my eye with them gloves. And he stares at me with a weird smile. Like he didn't know what to say because no one has ever said that to him. And I said, you just typed with the gloves. So then he reaches for a long Q-tip and he goes, yeah, but I'm only going to touch you with this Q-tip. As if the germs don't run and crawl on the. Now, why he ain't just type, pull the chair up and then put his gloves on and then touch the Q-tip? Less chance for less bottom of the stool keyboard germs because his secretary was just on the keyboard. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I can't turn it off sometimes. I can't unsee what the fuck I see. So by the time I got to the drugstore to get my, and it was a long day. It was so long. I was down in Jersey Shore. Like it's not down the street. And I was so hungry because I hadn't eaten all day. You guys didn't make sure I ate. And that, yep, I'm blaming you. And that, come on over here to Pink Champs Show. I shouldn't even be doing this until we got 100 people in here, but I'm so flustered. And I sat in traffic for like an hour and a half to get home. And then I ran to the pharmacy. Well, I stopped at Jersey Mike's because the kid asked me to get him a Jersey Mike, and I was right there. So I stopped there, went to the pharmacy, and she said, we got the drop, which I probably should have put in this morning. But we don't have the Z-Pack because the way he put in for 2 today and 1 for the next 4 days. But then he put something about 5 days. It was something so stupid and small. And I said, that's because you want to be telling the doctor to not germ you up and to please treat Black women's health like it's a priority. And you tried to hold him accountable for disrespecting a Black woman's eye and her health. And yeah. That'll learn you for standing up for yourself. That'll learn you, Jonesy, for recognizing that there is a disparity in the health care that Black women get than everybody else. So, but little did he know, a bitch keeps drugs on stash. So Jalen had some amoxiclav from the dentist when he had his root canal over the summer. So guess who went to town and took a mox clav and said, bitch, it may not be a Z-Pack, but I bet I get an antibiotic in there. How you drugging? Every motherfucking way I can. Let me clean this. Come on over to YouTube, y'all. This camera was dirty. All right, that's better. Hey. So, I'm cleaning this camera too while I'm at it. Everybody gets a clean camera. Oh, I'm looking like right. So anyway, it's I put foundation to try and cover it because it's just like probably how I'll look in my older years, but I ain't ready for that right now. But thank you for asking. I feel less tender because it hurt to touch my eyelid, my bottom eyelid yesterday. It hurt. So I took care of my business. I did not sit around and be a clown. And I got around his shenanigan. Because we gonna always what? Figure it out. Straighten it out. Yep, we'll always find a way. Always gonna find a way. And then she called him. Of course, he was gone for the day. The answering service said they would get in touch. By the time they did, I was already in the house on the sofa with a well-deserved glass goblet of Cooper and Thief. And I said, I got the drugs that I need. I got the drugs that I need. Matter of fact, let me take my little cocktail right now. Hold on. Let me take my little cocktail right now. Take my little hot flash pills right now. Take my little biotin right now. I should take a one a day. I should take this brain food that I paid all this damn money for from police, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it because it didn't come with direction. But I'm going to try it today. Why are you taking a bunch of stuff and you already not feeling well? Cuz. Shoot. Well, maybe I will take a Centrum. How come Khalees got brain food and no directions? Has anybody bought Khalees's brain food that can tell me how to use it? This shit ain't got no directions. Her ass is on a white tiger somewhere, galloping freely, frolicking freely. Good morning, people. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you for the lights don't look like they lighting. Well, maybe we're better off. Shit. So I went by the new spot yesterday. Giddy, I went by a new spot yesterday. And
how was it?
It was fine, but
did you do the jigsaw puzzle yet? Did they fix it?
No, they didn't fix it yet. They waiting for me to be there. But I was like, I ain't here for long. I ain't got time to sit here and wait for maintenance. So there's a drawer in the new apartment. There's a drawer, and the oven is right beside it. You can't open the door because the oven handle is there. I said, so basically, I got to open the oven if I want to get in the drawer. Change my apartment. That's what I said. And I said, and make it the one over there. And they said, oh, well, that one has carpet. And I was like, she said it like that's a bad thing. Is carpet a bad thing?
Well, people with asthma.
I don't know what I got nowadays. Y'all told me I had allergies. I probably do because, no, you know what? Maybe I don't. Don't put me in y'all allergy bag. Don't go trying to misery love company over the fuck here. My shit is a simple eye allergy. And the reason why I was sneezing is because the lymphs. So when you have an infection, nasal, whatever, it attacks probably or affects all those lymph nodes in there. That's probably
but
why.
I had the solution for your drawer situation, remember? You never saw that when I sent it to you?
I think I did. I can't remember. So silly. No, Giddy said you don't need that fucking drawer. You only need it to crack for football season. He's right. And I don't even know how I'm paying for this bitch, but we're gonna figure it out. I might become one of the queen's men and start dancing. You think I could be an exotic dancer? Part-time at least? Somebody's got to like full size.
You do it every show with your. You do it every show, remember?
When I do my dance, I need to get, maybe I can get an OnlyFans popping. I got really pretty feet. I don't know. But anyway. Yep, be true. You did say sinus infection. Giddy always got the answer. All right, we at 101. Let's get this roll call popping. I got to go all the way back. Scroll to the top of the poll. Miss C is number 1. I think this is your second time in a row, maybe even. But let me just tell you, don't get excited because you were tied closely with Tim Brown. Both you logged in at 8:03, and then right after that at 8:04 came Al Lane. Good morning. Sherelle came in at 8:04. Oh, it was like a 5-way tie. Lola 8:04, Natalie 8:04, Che Bella 8:04, Anita. Good morning, Anita. Thank you for yesterday's lunch. 8:04. Mo James 8:04, Nikki Hall 8:04, John, Big John 8:04. Good morning to yourself. And then the 8:05s, Live Loves Life Fully, Garcelle, Mimi. Thank you yesterday. Ms. Elena 8:05, Calvin 8:05, Curvaceous 8:05, Ox the Mogul. Hi, Kim from Harlem. Good morning. Rave C. Do we ask Kim for a late pass? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Kim. I'm kidding. Disco Nika. Reginald, all y'all came sliding in at 8:05. Bobby BK, Two Girls Mom, 8:05. Jean Bea, 8:05. And then Bobby BK at 8:06. Grand Rising. Be True, 8:06. Scam Call Likely. Good morning. Elaine, Rhonda Walker from Maryland. Tracy, I know you were in Instagram, so this is not your actual time, but good morning. And Charlie I Am. Hey, Grayson. Welcome back. Kendra, Monique Davis, and Jodeci. My favorite. Been a while since you've been gone. Daddy, I will die for you. I can't turn this shit off, so I might as well share it with you. So stupid. I was watching this morning because I felt myself sinking into a bad mood. This is my birthday video. And I said, I'm not doing that. I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to sink into a what happens if you can't figure that out. What happens if I'm not? Oh, it's 1:11. It's 11:11. Oh, Lord, thank you. Thank you for receiving and making yourself a parent. Right when I was talking about me not allowing dark thoughts and sad thoughts of doubt to seep in, Lord, I recognize when you are here. I recognize when your angels and your servants are here. You know, many don't believe, but it don't matter, man. You got a thing going on, Lord, with these numbers. So thank you for hearing me. Thank you for providing and making a way when child, you know, the block did me dirty, Lord. But anyway, I thank you. I receive you. We love and respect you, Lord Jesus. Amen. That 11:11 came right on time, y'all, when I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know, but I know my son, we ain't come this far to fail. He needs to be closer. He needs to be closer. And I thought I was doing the right thing when I brought him up here. I said, you know what? Even though I got that job at the block in New York, I said, I'm not leaving South Jersey. Or Central Jersey, or whatever the fuck you want to call Manalapan. I said, I'm not leaving because it's unfair to uproot him and make him have a longer commute to get to RBC, because that was our initial school. That was our school, and we were good with that school. We loved the wrestling coach. We didn't know the football coach. That was the only thing. Wrestling coach had us all in. It was easy. It was good. It was close by. And I said, I'll do the commute. I don't care driving an hour, 15, 20 minutes every day. I don't care as long as my son is good. And then I said, you know what? when Bergen Catholic came, beating down our door and was like, we'd love to have you. Envy said your son is a killer and all the things. I said, maybe we should move closer if he's going to have a fighting chance at Bergen Catholic, because I know trying to come from down here all the way up there, my son will miss the bus every fucking day, and I'll be in New York, so I can't help him, and I'm not paying an Uber from down South Jersey up to Bergen County, right? This is my thinking. So I said, this is God saying she needs to be closer to New York too, because I want to open doors for her. And right now, she's too far to get to the door to open that. So let me give her a reason that I know will activate her, because she don't really take good care of herself, but she moved mountains for them boys I gave her. So I'm going to put her in a situation where the son needs to receive opportunity closer. And that's how I received it. And when he said, yeah, I'll go to Bergen, called my landlord, said, we out. Thank you. It's been real, whatever. That's a whole nother story because it wasn't that pleasant. But anyway, and we packed up and moved up to Bergen. And I said, this was God's plan. He's 5-10 minutes from school. I'm 20-25 minutes from work. It was all working out. And then when we decided 2.5 years in, that it wasn't the best fit for him, and we decided to make the change down there, I hadn't thought it that well out. I have to be honest. I didn't think of every little thing. But as soon as he started getting down there to the new school, his spirit was lifted. He was a brand new, like I saw my son again. I think Bergen made him a little, I don't want to say depressed, but some of the coaches, especially that Dan McGovern, he's one of those people, and I don't care if you're watching. I don't care. You're one of those people that because you sloppy and out of shape and never made nothing for yourself, you try to get in kids' heads and make jokes about them that the other kids can laugh at. You're like a bully. So you better be glad that I didn't find out the little slick shit that you were saying until after we left, because I'm the queen of slick sayings. And let me just say, the only reason you're there is because your father donated the football field. I'll start there. Those that can do, those that can't, coach at Bergen. And this ain't even the other coaches. It's just him. That what's that other fucking coach? It's a couple of them, but not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them that coach did do and came back to coach. But that bitch didn't do shit. And that's why he's there, because his father donated a field. So anyway, so then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I could move back down there so he can be close to school, but then I'll be back to driving an hour and a half. And now I got pics. I got a lot of stuff going on. That's going to be hardship. And then God, you know what your peoples did. You know what your peoples at 94th and 7th did. So now I'm like, wow, so we both have no reason to be up here. But then other things, non-institutions started falling in my lap that said, don't leave just yet. Just because it ain't, the magic didn't all the way happen at 94th and 7th does not mean that there wasn't other magic going on. And as long as your key card for Pix 11 still works, and they keep telling you sit tight, they got internal shit going on, sit your ass tight, launch your Jonesy in the Morning on all streaming platforms, get Pink Champs the podcast, reissued or whatever. And now we got R&B Divas New York. Oh my God. Right? And now we got Lay Cool. Champagne is a founding partner for Pink Champs, which means it's really real. And we got Carla's Kids. That's our founding community partner, pouring into the next generation of Pink Champs at Carla's Kids. And we got Make My Fish as our restaurant partner. And we've got Nationwide Bus Charter that technically stayed along for the ride. I'm like, I'm good. So I jumped out there because I said he still needs to be closer too. So we're going to be down there and then be up here. Be down there, be up here. As we can. We figure it out, but that 111 was real. Am I feeling any better? I think so. My eyes feeling less tender, and it's not fog in front of it. So I think he said there was a sty inside, and that it created an infection while the top of my face was swollen. But it felt really sore yesterday, and I kept seeing like white cloud over this eye. But now not so much. No thanks to them. No thanks to them. Yeah, Bobby BK. Read Bobby's comment. That is real, real. The older we get, think about it. We've been schlepping these bodies around this world for 50 some, maybe more years. Giddy, why can't I see up top where it says if I want their comments to show? It used to be an option up there.
I don't know. I'll check your computer later, but I just turned it on for you. I
got
see.
it. I got it.
Okay.
It was stupid on my end. So maybe, maybe that whole free the political prisoner King Harris. Really? King Harris has political really? That's the hill you gonna die on? Go into jail.
The homies go into jail. Said you go into jail tonight. The homies go into jail.
Go into jail tonight.
The homies go into jail.
Go into jail.
Said you go into jail tonight. Yeah. The homies go into jail. Said you go into jail tonight.
So funny. So stupid.
That's part of your sounds now, if you didn't realize it.
I love it because he's calling in. I reached out to the guy. He's calling into the show. I got him coming in to perform at Skylark. He's coming to perform to manifest some shit. Y'all better make sure that y'all paperwork on y'all registrations is in order. Y'all better make sure whoever got warrants, stay home that night because he might manifest an arrest on your ass. Very nice guy, by the way. Let me see. Hi, Amazon Mom. You slid in here after I did the roll call. AD Morales. I do not hear from Wendy at all. Calling all at all. And see, I'm trying to think. I had a bad sty. It was really, really bad. And I'm wondering, I had to have surgery to have one removed too. I remember that. He had to cut it and squeeze it. So shit oozed. Yup, I sure did. Thank you for reminding me. So you know what? I'm built. And I think it was from a makeup brush. Because I used one brush from a brush that my real makeup artist be using of mine. One brush on this eye in the exact place to blend some makeup. And then that later on that night when I went to take it off, it felt tender, but I was like, nah, bitch, you just imagining it. And then 2 days after, yup. I'm gonna stop trying to look all cute. I'm gonna stop trying to impress y'all. We family now. Y'all gonna get to wait. They keep changing Instagram around. It's hard to find my messages. Let me see. So, let me go back up. What's going on? How's everybody? Hi, Mama Flip. Oh, I'm going to keep you out of it. I'm trying to keep you out of it. I'm not fucking with your son. Matter of fact, let me wake him up. You're going to be destroying my life. Guys, please come. You said, please impress me. Kid Dynamite. I'm on the other side of my life. I don't know how many years left I got to be impressing. Can y'all come to YouTube, please, at Pink Champs the show? If you love me, you would. If you fuck with me, you would. Did you guys see? I don't even know who this is. I don't even care. Let me get Flip on the phone and see if he'll answer. I called him yesterday to see what was going on with Thursdays. And he gonna tell me I don't want to do it no more. You don't get to just decide without having a conversation that you don't want to do stuff no more. That's what I don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I got them all on.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Good. Taking care of a couple of things. What's happening?
Sorry to disturb you, but I kind of missed you. I'm on my morning show, and everybody's like, "Reach out to Shampoo." We miss y'all together.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Where Flip at?
Flip is about to get punched in his upper lip because yesterday I called him and I said, "What's going on Thursday?" He said he don't want to do it no more.
Yeah, I know. He told me that too.
Why?
I have no idea.
You don't feel no type of way?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I love to do it, but you know what I'm saying? I can't. I can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I always have fun. All right. I'm taking my son to this football thing. Then I got to get on my show.
Oh, okay. All right. Go.
Yeah.
Call me later.
All right, I'm coming now. Yeah, let's talk.
Yep.
Yeah, look nice.
Thank you. Good luck with the football thing. That's very important.
Your eye looks better too.
Yeah,
it does.
Thank you, but it feels Thank you, Shampoo. Oh, you be paying attention.
Yeah, I always pay attention to you.
So look, we're gonna replace. I have some replacement ideas for Flip.
Okay. Crazy.
I'm coming up with a list. Call me later.
All right.
All right. Bye. And that damn Flip didn't even answer. So let's come up with a list of Flip replacements, shall we? And add him to the list with Mike Sean, shall we? Let me tell you something. Cat Williams ain't got shit on Jonesy's list of the year of exposing, because I've been holding shit in. Y'all think I tell a lot? No, that's the safe measure that I've been telling. Now I'm going to throw it all away. I'm going to throw it all away. Hit the likes, please, and subscribe if you haven't. So that means Shampoo be watching the show. Ooh. These are the people in your neighborhood. The people that you meet each day. Thank you, Moonlight Creative Girl. Don't forget, tomorrow is not Comedy in Harlem Hip Hop Bingo. It's next Thursday. Typically, it would have been tomorrow, but they have a private event. So ours is next Thursday, the 23rd. So if you've already paid and you can't make it, let me know. And you can come another time. You thought I was going to say I'll refund your money. That shit is spent, gone and spent. No, if you want a refund, I'll give you a refund. If you haven't already, just know that it's next Thursday. There you go. There you go. Jonesy, why you not on TikTok? I was trying to send you heart. I used to find you on there. I don't know. It's something about TikTok. Every time we try to add it, I tried it. Giddy tried it. I don't know what it is. Hi, Libra sent it. Good morning. Miss C, thank you for this. Aww. Dante, listen, I'm only hour drive away from Philly. I am here. Whenever you need, I will show up. And we about to do a Grown Folk Friday reunion. Yeah, Flip is always in and then out. I don't like that. I don't like that. AD Morales, I probably do. But that'll be on Jones and After Dark. Just the bedtime stories. Georgiana, good morning. Hey, Tri-Narrow. Yeah. He is a good dad. Hi, Aaron. Jim Bay. Yep, the show must go on. So we can replace Flip with, it's a few options. It's a few options. But I want to really, really get under his skin. Like, I don't really think there's anybody that could ever replace Flip. Ever. But I want to get under his skin. So give me some under his skin options that I can sprinkle in our group chat and say, oh, well, I asked so-and-so and they're interested. Who would that be, though? Who would that be? Yes, Flip effective immediately in his own. Yes. I didn't do the tea bag on my eye because I just was so tired when I got home. I just put the hot compress on and went my ass to sleep. I drank my wine, went upstairs, put the hot thing on, and couldn't even get the rag as hot as I wanted with the water because Che was in the shower, and when you both trying to get hot, it's just a thing. Oh, look at Kim. Kim is reminding y'all to subscribe to the new page, which is the actual Jonesy in the Morning page, so we can save the Pink Champ page for when we start the Pink Champ podcast again. So this is the Khalees brain food before we get into the real show. This is the brain food, and I just don't know why it didn't come with any instructions. It's just like brown powder. I went online. I don't know how much. It smells like cocoa. But I don't know. Does anybody know? And I don't want to get sick. How you sending shit from Africa with no directions? I've never heard Shammy take the safe road. He's not talking against Flip. Is it official? Mike is no longer fam? Yup. Hey, Nick, you coming to Skylark next week? Thank you. It'll be good. It's going to be great, actually. Penny, what's his name? Beaubier. Y'all know him, the one that did over You Are My Friend. And we celebrated my friend Courtney's birthday because her birthday is the following week. So we're going to set it off. As a matter of fact, happy birthday to Courtney's mom today, Franzil. Happy birthday, Queen. It's your birthday. Your birthday. Kim from Harlem, new station. He hasn't had his coffee yet. Once that happens, the crazy begins. Sweet tea replaces Flip. Oh, I've been trying to figure out this PayPal thing. LOL. Okay. I don't mess with PayPal. Yeah, Grayson said he has the same issue adding TikTok. So, and Grayson and Giddy, this is all they do, this tech stuff. Melissa Ford could replace Flip. Nah, we need somebody that has the same amount of followers as Flip. and there's not a lot of people. That narrows it down. Thank you, the Honorable 85. Thank you for that. Look what the Honorable 85 said. Thank you for being here. Please stay, come back, tell friends. The institutions don't stop nobody. Right, Nandy. We were before the block, me and Flip. Didn't Flip say he wanted to have at least 6 straight taping for consistency? Yeah, but then he left. He went away. Remember? He just up and went on a cruise. So you can't say you want 6 consistent and people agree to give you that, and then you just up and go and don't even give people a pre-warning. And then when you come back, I got my standing third Thursday. That has been since this last summer. So I was never going to be able to do the third Thursday, but we could have gotten the first, the second, the fourth of the prior month, the first and the second. We could have gotten that in the can. So I don't know. Jones, did you see Clarissa did a rap trap back? I did see it. Oh my God. Giddy, did I send it to you? The Clarissa rap song back at...
No, I saw it. I can find it, but I thought it would be trash. I didn't even listen to it.
Can you? Well, it was interesting because you can tell she practiced and rehearsed.
I'll pull it up.
It was like watching her do a makeup tutorial all over again. But you know what? I feel like we can all take credit for making Clarissa out of her small yellow busness. Maybe we're helping her stretch. You know, the kids that were in the class with only 4 other kids, they deserve a place in our lives as well. And if we can witness and pull it along and encourage it, by golly, next time put the rag in the microwave. No, I know, but that's going all the way back downstairs, Grace, and you ain't hear me? I did a round trip to Jersey Shore, bypass, had to stop at the doctor in Manalapan. And why the bitch at the death? Why people like it's improper to ask people, what town is this you live in? I never even heard of it. And I just stood there like, ma'am. I said, it's in Bergen County. She goes, wow. And you're all the way down here. I've been coming here for 20 years. Just because you ain't seen me in a minute. We have the lady at the doctor's office. And she's like, oh, because you haven't been here in over a year, you got to fill out the papers. Ma'am, I did it while I was doing my morning show. I did it already. I did it. Go look for it. Oh, you're right. Here it is. You're good. But I think they cross the line when they be asking you stuff in your personal business. That's why when I fill out my doctor's papers, I don't even put my social security number. And no one has ever said, oh, we need your social. You're not getting extra information. Y'all be leaving shit around, be having thirsty CNAs in the back, looking over the shoulder, probably jotting down people's social security numbers. Not that all CNAs do it, but I know if I was one, I might be tempted. I'm just saying. So no, you don't get my social or no medical, nothing. Nope, I'm not going to help you. You might wind up having to come after me for a copay or something like that or a balance, but I'm not going to help you. Shit. Ooh, Mark Lamont Hill is going to be the new Flip. Ooh, thank you, AO. It's lucky. You know, if I say that, who can I? That's my high joker. I can't start with that. Who can I say that leads up to Mark Lamont Hill? Because if there's really something there, that's the high joker. Can we get Sweet Tea to... Who is Sweet Tea? Kenny Bobian. Thank you, Denise. That's who's going to be at Skylark next Friday night for Pink Champ Fridays. Who is Sweet Tea? The DJ is Bukim. Ed Miller said, please, Pap, take the mic away from Clarissa. He the one that gave it to her. That's what it looked like to me. And a tutorial. That's what it looked like to me. Happy belated birthday, Bobby BK. Jonesy, who did you say with me to be with you at backstage on May 9th? Yvette Michelle. Yes, I second Mark Lamont Hill. Okay, Mark Lamont Hill. Who else? Ain't nobody want to see no Melissa Ford. Now, Grayson went to make my fish last night and dropped your name, Jonesy. Thank you, Ken. Guys, the only way that Jonesy in the Morning exists is because of the sponsors. So one of them is local to many of you. Make My Fish. They have 2 locations, one in Yonkers and one in Harlem. And I know that it's enough of y'all that move around in them areas that the least you can do, this, all you got to do is go in there and say, I'm not here to place an order, but I just wanted to say Jonesy in the Morning is the official holder downer of Make My Fish. She be talking y'all up every day. Y'all need to, stick with that, keep riding with that girl. Because Jonesy be letting the people know that y'all the official restaurant of Jonesy in the Morning. Just drop in and say that. Or just say, is Al here? Is Pat here? Tell them Jonesy sent us. That's it. But that keeps it going. That's proof of concept, if you will. Or proof of impact. Superhead, Miss Jones, and shampoo. Ugh, then my other eye would be infected. He protects ladies, so he would be like a big brother. Who's that? Mark Lamont Hill? Jonesy, do you keep in contact with anybody from Hot 97? Absolutely. We actually have a Hot 97 chat for anyone. So shady. Anybody that worked there before Star and Buck Wild came. That was my little additive. But then it kind of backfired because my friend Anisha, who came either the same year or after, she got left out of the shenanigans. And then I had to explain to her why. That it had nothing to do with her. It was me trying to block out Star and Buck Wild from joining in any of the reindeer games.
Hey, was Clarissa wearing pink when she did that clapback?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it.
Brace yourselves.
I just in this bitch. I just wanna know who wants to smoke in this bitch, huh? No joke. If I come with all my money on me, I'ma have to pull up in the boat to this bitch, okay? Now let me pop my shit. Don't watch me, nigga. Watch my wrist. When I got the rollie just to stop my ticks. Really getting paid a milli just to knock out chicks. I don't give a fuck if you like my fit. What I like giving up when I can fight, not quit. Never dwell on opportunities I might not get. Before you know it, I'll be on another flight by 6. I'm everywhere and you hardly there. If I don't defend it, it's too small to care. Wherever my friends is, and the party's there. And all my lenses is Cartier, yeah. When I pick up my buffs, I go to Hutch. Hey, you know that the Gucci come in the clutch. Worldwide, everybody knowing me now. And nah, I don't want it if it's slowing me down. I got the nigga that she wanted and he blowing me down. He know I'm a star. Why you think he's showing me round? I went and got the mirror cause it's low to the ground. Cause they don't never see me coming, but they know from the sound that is, yeah, bitch.
I'm going back to bed. I thank y'all for signing on this. But what the fuck is she? I'm over there with my Cartier, the things I wear. I'm out of here. And you see how she cleverly, she tiptoed when she said she jealous because her man is bringing me down, digging me down. That's all she said about Remy. The rest of that was to us. Y'all should be very offended. Everybody in this bitch should be offended. This song was not to Remy. Remy caught a stray, maybe, but that was to everybody else. She wants us to know that I wear Cartier and I'm in first class. Not her own private jet. Not her own private jet, mind you. The watch I wear, Cartier. You are the epitome of a Negro that never had that. That is comical. It's almost embarrassing. Play it again. And I apologize. Papoose could not have written that for her. That's her little yes man around her talking about what ride with over there? Cartier. You know that one friend that gonna make it do.
I'ma have to pull up up in the vote to this bitch, okay? Now let me pop my shit. Don't watch me, nigga, watch my wrist. When they got the rollie just to stop my ticks. Really getting paid a milli just to knock out shit. I don't give a fuck if you like my fit. What I like giving up when I can fight, not quit. Never dwell on opportunities I might not get. Before you know it, I'll be on another flight by 6. I'm everywhere and you hardly there. If I don't defend it, it's too small to care. Wherever my friends is and the party's there. And all my lens is Cartier, yeah. When I pick up my buffs, I go to Hutch. And you know that the Gucci come in the clutch. Worldwide, everybody knowing me now. And nah, I don't want it if it's slowing me down. I got the nigga that she wanted and he blowing me down. He know I'm a star. Why you think he's showing me round? I went and got the mirror cause it's low to the ground. Cause they don't never see me coming, but they know from the sound. That is, yeah, bitch, in this bitch.
She said, but they know from the sound. She got on. Oh God. I can't. So wait, there was a train derailment in North Bergen. Can we get some info on that? Let me turn on the news. What happened? Were you around it? How many people hurt, if any? Let me just put on Channel 12 News, child.
County as well could see that high temperature again tomorrow, reach the 90s. It is a mostly sunny sky, no big issues. Overnight, quick shower passes by, and then on Friday it will be a little cooler as that shower from the overnight is a front that brings.
Tomorrow's a high of 90, and Saturday is only getting up to 66.
Thunder showers get set up again on Friday, and then Saturday it's a little cooler with temperatures in the 70s, so mild with sun and clouds. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast.
Next week is back down to the 50s.
Friday, notably because of a thunder shower either early in the day or in the afternoon, that's going to help drop temperatures. Saturday is beautiful and perfect. Sunday, we have 62 degrees. A couple of thunder showers come through, and then notice here, next week is much cooler.
Why y'all don't be telling me when my shit be slide back? The next time I see a slid back, I'm going back to bed. And I don't have a problem looking like Teresa with my shit all the way down here like hers. Teresa from Housewives of New Jersey, that is. Tell me about this derailment, because the news is on commercials now. Please, and tell me that someone you know. I can't do Teresa. That's too much.
And our top story tonight as crews remain on the scene of this freight train derailment and chemical spill in North Bergen. That shut down parts of Route 3 today. News 12 New Jersey's Tom Krasnowski is on scene tonight with the very latest. Tom.
Yeah, Kurt, there are still crews on scene here. There are just a lot less of them than before, and most of them are down at the tracks right now. That's because the cranes are here, the cranes that will lift those derailed trains back onto the tracks to be pulled away. And Route 3 here still remains closed. Let's show you what it looked like earlier when we got a bird's eye view of those derailed trains. We were told there were no injuries, and there's also no health risk, right? You think of chemicals in the air or things like this. And now we were told that one of the cars leaked ethyl acetate. You probably know that as what's in nail polish remover. It's highly flammable. That leak, police say, was doused with water. We saw the fire trucks just pummeling it with water to dilute it. Eventually, the leak was sealed off and contained. We were told 11 train cars in total overturned. And this is a freight line, CSX. It did not impact New Jersey Transit.
Thank God. I mean, not really, but so did they find out what caused the crash? Was somebody scrolling on their phone while they were supposed to be paying attention to the signals, or but releasing all that shit out into the air and the fumes that the people working on the freight obviously ingested can't be good. Speaking of which, they did who was it? It wasn't MIT. I think it was Columbia and another heavy research school, that tampons are not just toxic, but they have clear poisons in them, and the organic ones, they have poison in them too. Death, like high levels of it. Giddy, I sent it to you. You got it? You got the story? There it is. So they said they researched it and found high levels of, I can't even. Even the organic ones. So this might explain.
It says lead and arsenic in 100% of the ones tested.
And they won't tell you. They won't release the brands. They know which brands, but they grab from many brands to test. So I don't know how to get around that. If you have, a wife that's still, or a daughter or a niece or whatever, but they said the organic ones probably costing you more, and they had the higher level of the arsenic. You want sweet tea? How does sweet tea fill in for Queen's Flip? Tell me that. She actually performed at my friend's birthday party. Hey, good morning. What happened?
Was scrutinized. I was treated like an animal.
By whom?
Inmates and staff.
He says he suffered for over 2 years while behind bars, denied necessary surgery to remove his colostomy bag. 44-year-old former inmate Cochise Jackson can barely put it into words.
So it was awful. You can't imagine.
In prison from 2016 to 2019 under the Michigan Department of Corrections, Jackson, his attorneys say early on, developed a medical issue requiring the bag.
The doctor told him, don't worry, it's temporary. You only have to have this for 6 to 8 weeks.
But his attorney, John Marco, who calls the private healthcare company Corizon evil and a criminal enterprise, says the surgery Corizon refused to approve only cost $919.35.
The less services that this private prison healthcare company gives to the inmates, the more money it gets to keep.
The lawsuit filed back in 2019 says Jackson was not only refused necessary health care and supplies over and over, but also hospitalized for being beaten so badly, the bag often splitting open, feces all over his body.
Shame on him. I'm still a human being at the end of the day.
Marco says during the trial, former Corizon employees testifying they were not allowed to call an ambulance at times because it would cost too much money.
Her boss at Corizon told her, just get him comfortable and let him die.
Marco says he's now spoken to other inmates across the state and country with similar problems.
One individual had to wait 12 and a half years to get his colostomy reversed. The skin around his stomach started dying. Another individual had to wait 5.5 years. His intestine had actually migrated outside of his body.
And now while Jackson and Marco say they're satisfied with the historic $307.6 million verdict.
I just wish these bad people would get put out of business so they can't do the same thing they did to me to anyone else.
These people should not only be put out of business, they should be put in prison themselves.
Marco went on to say there's a lot of former and current inmates who need help. And while this is a good start, there's still a lot of work to do. I'm Erica Erickson, Local 4.
I was scrutinized.
All right. So, yeah, we can't. It's so much. And I hate bringing y'all not nice things. But you said Sweet Tea, the cousin of is star cousin of Storm, but why? I know that she's the cousin. But it wasn't necessary. She wouldn't be a good fit to replace Queen's Flip. You gotta go with the direction of the funny. So when they said Mark Lamont Hill, that was funny. I get why. They explained why that would be a good match. Sweet Tea, like, if you had said Star, I would understand. Maybe. But Sweet Tea, it didn't land. That's why. Redman, you just saying random things? What's up with is there a correlation with Redman and Queen's Flip? Now they're talking about it. And they're talking about the influencer, the girl whose fiance allegedly murdered her on their trip. And he trying to say she hanged herself. And they won't give him, now they want to question him and won't let him they took his passport. It's still moving way too slow for me. Hey, JoJo. What about Desus? Maryland, is it Desus or Desus? So all of this is just joking. Dr. Jacobs, thank you. We're just joking. No one could ever replace Queen Flip. I'm just trying to get somebody to wake him up and say, Jonesy talking about replacing you, so that he'll call him to the show. And we can have fun FaceTime. That's it. None of this is serious. I don't know Desus. Sure, he's a great guy. Probably hella talented. But isn't Merrill the one that's on Hot 97? So I don't want to get in that. I don't want to get in that muckety muck. Cypher Sounds. No. Tracy, you said Brad Man. You know I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. This shit been going on in prison for years. You don't get good medical care in prison. Was that the one? Was that the clip that where did Giddy go?
I'm here. You don't see me?
No.
Something going on with your computer now?
There it is. That was a clip of the lawsuit money?
Yes. $307 million. You know,
now, are they going to appeal? Is he ever going to get it?
He might get half of that. But plus, you got to also remember his lawyer getting the third. But that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I agree. But that's, you know, I know they didn't want to do it.
I finally heard from my lawyer yesterday from the car accident. I was like, oh, nice to hear you.
Why you ain't been get rid of him?
Because we in the middle of a situation. I can't.
You know how fast I be getting rid of lawyers? When Shay fell at the daycare because the teacher wasn't paying attention, she having small talk with the other teacher, and he trying to let her know he got to go potty. And he, you know, they're training them now to raise your hand. He pulling at her skirt. She's still talking. And finally, he ran out and went to the bathroom by himself. The janitor had just mopped the floor. He fell, hit his head on the urinal, and crunched up his teeth. I wore that daycare out so bad. Yes, I sued. And the lawyer was taking too long. So I fired his ass. He had 2 weeks. I said, it's only been 2 weeks. And I only spoke to you, not your paralegal, you, the first day I called. If you think I'm one of those people that's going to trust that when something happens, you'll get back to me, that's not good enough for me. I want to wrap this shit up fast.
You know, it's been 2 years for me.
Yeah, I'm not doing 2 years. You better no, and I never say this, but you better call Top Dog Law because they
I actually called them. Mm-hmm. They don't do Jersey cases.
Mm-hmm. But they started in Philly, which is right next door to South Jersey.
I know.
Well, fuck them too. Just don't be married to the lawyer or the law firm you got. Because there's always somebody sitting in the law firm that don't know how they're going to pay their overhead for the next month and ready to come out swinging. Was that the man? You talking about the man upstate in Onondaga County, right? They are the worst. Those cops and that whole criminal justice system in Syracuse area, disgusting. So it's funny that AD Morales is talking about earthquake because we have some audio from earthquake that was actually very it was very moving to me. Who don't like Redman? I love Redman, but since when do Redman do like radio, podcast, and radio type stuff? That's why I'm saying Redman. That like what? I love him as an artist. I love him as a person. He's got amazing skin now. I mean, not that it wasn't amazing before, but it's really, really baby bottom soft skin now. He's doing well. He's healthy. This is Earthquake.
You must do you. And Steve Harvey said very much so. Everybody that you meet ain't meant to go where you go. You know what I mean? They're like boosters in the spaceship, you know, on the shuttle. They're supposed to take you as far and then jettison them rockets off for you to go farther. And I didn't learn that. I was still trying to take the boosters with me to Mars. Yeah. And that kept me from going to Mars. And once I jettisoned them off, then I took off.
So you would get an opportunity, but then be distracted by these other...
Well, distracted, turning it over to people that wasn't qualified to handle the moment, allowing people to speak for me that had no reason other than just be there to be a witness, not a spokesman, a lip tip. I mean, a lot of things, contaminating my thoughts, you know what I mean? If you look at any celebrity, I'm personally speaking, if I had to say it, most celebrities that get in trouble is really not them 100%. It's the people that around them that encourage them, give them, you know, put the fuel on the fire. I'll put you and you.
All right, that last part is given. Cat Williams say he can't read. That last part that I'm able to do was given very Fat Albert. Giddy, who's asking about your sweet tea?
Huh?
Good morning, Giddy. How was your sweet tea?
I don't know what that's referring to, Derek. Kind of feels a little stalkerish. I don't know what that means.
I'm trying to figure it out too, like, and where did it come from? Well, basically, the reason why I thought it was interesting is because somebody asked him why he feels, I think the question was why he hasn't gotten farther in his career. And he said it's because he was always trying to basically keep his people, try to be loyal to people. I call it survivor's remorse, where you get an opportunity, but you don't seize the opportunity because you're so busy trying to keep the people that were with you from day one on track with you. And he said, you can't take everybody with you. And it kind of makes sense because that's like heavier weight. It's probably better for you to clear it out, soar to the top, and then you can pull people up, I guess. I'm being blocked and restricted. You about to get your page shut down. I just banned him. I don't fuck around. Kim's nicer than me. Giddy will even give you a pass. I don't got time today. Right. Lessons learned. And I think this goes for family as well. You can't have your family at every opportunity, every situation. You got to be able to discern. Giddy, why you not in the backyard today? It's going to be 80 degrees.
Because right now it's a little nippy out there. It was supposed to rain.
I was about to get him out of here. You beat me to it. Yeah. Never to be back. So applaud the people in the chat that are friends with the coaches from Bergen. Thank you for calling Coach Jay.
You got a response already?
Oh yeah, that was a phone call.
Oh.
So the person must have said she going in on Bergen coaches. And I said, no, it's McGovern. McGovern and the other one whose wife is sick. I can't remember his name. I said I was very specific because I don't have a problem with Coach Jay, but I don't consider Coach Jay, when I say coaches there, he's more of the recruiter. And he's the one that recruited Jay. I just told you the story. But McGovern is the one that was allegedly saying things to my son that were detrimental to his, I don't know what it was, trying to break the kid down. And that's why I said what I said. The only reason you're there is because your father donated the field. That's what I said. Right. I clearly stated that. I know. And they waking up poor Coach Jay. Yeah, we got snitches, but you can't snitch on me. I'm an open book. I'm giving names. I'm not going to be subtle. I'm not going to be none of those things. And I said what I said, and I meant what I said when I said not all the coaches, but that one, the other one that threatened to take Che's crutches and beat him with the crutches. And then when I went up there and jumped in his son's face, then it's, oh no, Che knows I love him. We ain't here for your love. And I damn sure don't send him here for your abuse. So what you gonna do with the crutches? What you gonna do before you be on something? Yep. What's that coach's name? Do I even have it? Thank you, Georgiana. Yeah, this is the type of bullshit. This is why I said, this is not the environment. You know why? Because I'll be going to jail, going to jail tonight. And Che never said nothing to me until the end. And I'm like, you don't got to keep secrets for grown men that are supposed to know better than to be verbally abusive and threatening physical. Like, what? Right. Trying to break Jay's psyche and that mental, physical. Yeah, that I know. And that will always get called out. And I don't care. We are in the age of, we got to stop protecting the bad apples in these institutions. Because when you protect a bad apple in an institution, what happens is other kids get drawn in, get pulled into that line of alleged abuse. And I'm not saying it's any other type. For my son, it was the verbal shit. But he's tough. He's like, I don't pay attention to what that's like, please. I don't care. No, but we're not paying for you to get that. I'm not saying that they need to kiss his ass, but you damn sure don't get to, if you see him on crutches, how you going to say, I'll take them crutches and beat your ass? What? You're not beating mine. And Chase like, I don't pay that no mind. No, you should. But I don't expect you to because you a kid and you're assuming that I wouldn't let you be someplace that's not safe, right? So you feel like, oh, that's just talk. No, but it shouldn't be. These Catholic schools, these prep schools, they get your kids, the boarding schools, and they think either you don't want them while you sending them to us, or you know what it is when you sending them to us. Some of us don't. Some of us just know that they are the better schools for recruitment or this or that or whatever, or experience, worldliness, because you're going to school with people from other countries and you want your kid to be open-minded to different cultures. Everybody has their reason for sending their kids to the schools they choose. But the one thing we all agree, we ain't sending them there to be abused by you, worker. So I will every fucking day if I feel like it. Expose. And if you don't see what's going on the news, how all these girls are coming out every day. It's another girl coming out saying this. It's a boy coming out saying this about a coach. It's this one coming out saying it about a priest. It's this one for years. I'm not going to be the one to say, oh, I'm not going to say nothing because my son is out there now. No, I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep on fucking saying it. Amazon, what happened was when I was talking about, and old school, remember that bitch I had to get straight at the new place? Large Marge. Here she go with the, well, you know, if I saw him the first day of school and he didn't have on the proper clothes, and then he comes back day 2 with the same, what was I supposed to do? How about be an adult and ask him if there's a reason why? What's going on at home, son? Did you think of that? Did you think that he's new here and be grateful that at least he had khakis and a shirt and a tie? And that should show you common sense that he's not trying to be on the radar, that he ain't trying to just walk in there with whatever and be like, be glad I'm here. No, he actually tried. He didn't know that y'all rule is beige khakis only. Because at Bergen, you could wear whatever color khakis as long as it was neat and it was a tie and your shirt was white and you had your jacket on. So give a kid fucking credit for that. The other thing is he's driving himself because I long ago tapped out. So any kid that's driving themselves an hour and a half each way obviously wants to fucking be there. But it's bitches like you that make them second guess or rethink their choices. Like, do they want me here? Like, do they not see I'm a kid and I'm going through all the... And thirdly, what were you supposed to do? Either ask the mom, is there a reason why he keeps coming in with the same color pants or whatever? Because maybe, just maybe, mom just lost her job and maybe she had to choose between putting dinner on the table or buying some new fucking khakis. Get out of your old school way of, I'm Large Marge. I've been at this institution for how many years and what I say, go. Get out of that and get human. And you're supposed to be a nun? Fuck out of here. Tired of these damn schools. This is why when kids come home from school, you be like, how was your day? They be like, fine. They don't want to talk. Because y'all taking them to battle. And they not prepared like their parents that's used to y'all bullshit and ready with a clap back. An unsuspecting young black girl just ended up dead off of, you know, I love him / her. Exactly. Exactly. So when a coach threatens and says, I'll take your crutches and beat your fucking ass with them, and then tells a parent, he knows I love him, and you're sick. I might roll up there today just on the strength of, with the fucking crutches. The fuck? The wig shift. I'm about to light up this. Ooh, got my nerves going early this morning.
Sorry to interrupt your goings on, but did you have to send a message to somebody today? Was somebody coming on today? I kind of felt like you said something about this yesterday.
Wow, I thought Chris Spencer was calling yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And
check the notes. Check the notes, though.
Oh, yeah, I like this one. Cardi B. I don't know who to blame in this. Cardi B was blessed with Patti LaBelle popping up at one of her shows in the dressing room. And if you watch, you'll see one of Cardi's people. I don't know if it was a manager, a stylist, a dancer. I don't know. But she brushes in between Patti LaBelle and Cardi, like just brushes, don't say excuse me, don't say nothing. Damn near knocks Patti over. And nobody said nothing. Cardi's still standing there goofy like, Patti LaBelle is here? Look at the video.
This is Cardi B stylist or hairdresser done disrespected Patti LaBelle. Patti came backstage to look at this. Walk right past. Patti was bothered. Look at the way Patti looked at her.
Because how you
just right through Cardi, you got to handle that. Because I will itchy get you a month over Patti.
What y'all think? Are we overreacting? Are we too old school with our manners? And why was Cardi okay with it? Is that what that generation does? And you should be good with it? Or, I'm sorry, Miss Patti, but you coming in the middle of my backstage during my routine and they trying to get things done for me. Who was in the wrong? Patti for thinking that her legacy was going to be respected? Or Cardi for not establishing some boundaries to her staff when legacy arrives? I would have sent the bitch home. Patti told her in that clip to get rid of her. Good. Exactly. I ain't see no excuse me. Cardi addressed her in the comments and said what? Oh, wow. So she co-signed the rudeness. They were getting ready and running late. Okay. So Miss Patti, let that be a lesson. The younger generation don't have time for you. Because I bet if Offset had called and said he needed her to go and do a bank wire right then for $200,000, she'd have took time. We'd all just been sitting there. You show up late for your shit anyway. That concert ain't start till what time? 9:30? And unless that was the start time, why have us there at 7:30? I don't like it. I don't like it. She could have walked around it. You could have walked around. You would have still got to the table in time. What's that real quick? I'm sorry.
She could have waited.
They think that Cardi is bigger than Patti. That's how fucked up they are. That's how fucking confused this younger generation is. That the girl might be usually respectful, but on that night she was not. But why am I negotiating with a damn a pole slider that hit the number? I know what the fuck I saw. And we've all been in situations like that. And some of us had good parents that would have snatched us right the fuck back and said, don't you ever walk the fucking between me and any motherfucking body talking. I don't care if I'm arguing with your pappy. You will respect. Go around. But when you raise yourself, Steve Harvey had to do that when he has talk show. He said everybody can't be coming in his dressing room at all times of the day. He had to set boundaries, and there was backlash about that. So when you say everybody can't be coming to the dressing room, who's everybody? Let's set the correct boundary. Patty's cool with everybody. Patty's cool with every young artist. Patty's cool with everybody. So let's not act like Cardi and Patti have this exclusive relationship. She's cool with every artist or kind to every artist. But that was rude in the moment. Enough for the fact for Miss Patti to turn her head and see who that was. That was enough for me. But this is the real question. Whoop, there it is. Why the fuck you going there? What are you there for? Stop. Stop inserting yourself trying to get the young look. Because if it was the Philadelphia concert, if she was really paying homage to the legends of Philly, she would have invited you on stage to come and say, I must have rehearsed my lines. and the crowd would have went wild. But she ain't thinking like that. She bringing out niggas and ex-cons and all that bullshit. Let them have that shit. Let them have that shit. Man, I sound like my mother. Let them have that shit. Let them have that shit. Me and you know that shit ain't gonna last long. Yeah, but that's what you said about hip-hop, mommy. And look, mommy, look at us now, mommy. But that's the real question. Why were you there, ma'am? Yes, Rhonda, you knew this cigarette was close the fuck by. So ridiculous. So Patty got what Patty gets. You get what you get, you don't get upset. No, look. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. Brenda! Yeah. She would have been snatched. I would have still been talking straight ahead and snatched. Bam. Don't you ever. Yeah, these youngins. Nope. But when you raise yourself, can't nobody tell you nothing. The elders can't tell you nothing. And you know what? Not to be defending bad behavior, but she probably, in her years of growing up, Cardi probably witnessed grown elders coming to her for shit they shouldn't have been coming to her for. Drugging and not leading with distinction. Being just as much on crack as the youngins. She probably witnessed a lot, but still, unless she invited Patty there, Patty ass ain't have no business there. Stop thinking everybody want a goddamn Patty. Bye. Everybody want a goddamn Patty. Bye. You cheesing and greasing and you knew you was late. So just whatever. Moving on. Patty is the auntie to all artists, but she should look. Just pay attention to the artist dressing room you going to. I figured it was in Philly, but unless Cardi called, what you sliding up for? I'm sure they didn't call Patty. I'm sure Zuri called them and said, my mom wants to come through and, say what's up to Cardi. And I get that that's marketing, but that is not, these are not your people. They not our kind of people, Zuri. And I know. Right. Staying relevant. Exactly. And then you get embarrassed and shoved out the way. And an excuse later on, we were rushing. It's okay. Because what goes up always comes down. She struggled to get this album together. Out there, but side by side with the Israelites, with the oils and shit, doing all kinds of cockamamie schemes to get looks, having babies by niggas to get looks and all that shit for this album to sell. Patty really fucks with Cardi. That's why she there. Patty's interview said that her and Cardi have a real relation. I'm not surprised she was there. Okay, and like I said, Star Gemini, Patty says that about every artist, or not about maybe every artist, but she's like that with every artist. So you keep saying the same thing. And I'm telling you, I've seen her in motion. I know her relationship with artists. She takes everybody in and gives everybody a pair of shoes out her closet. So that's her. What the fuck that got to do with what I'm saying about Cardi checking the stylist? Or if you in a rush or whatever, wait until after the show or before the show. I don't know. Or be on time. Rude is rude. Stop making excuses. That's even worse, actually. That's even worse that they have a real relationship and Cardi didn't check that bitch in front of my real relationshipper. Patty Pie has caught the stray today. Moving on. I wouldn't be surprised backstage at the Cardi B concert to see someone faking a shit in the middle of the floor. Faking or taking. Why? Her backstage didn't seem to look that busy. I mean, her dressing room didn't seem to look that busy and stuff. I mean, I just feel a way about the legends. Somebody said that concert. Was the Philly concert horrible? What made it horrible? Hi, Jazz. Oh, Moby Jackson is feeling better. It's an eye infection. I actually had to get an antibiotic and a drop. Thank you for asking, though. So they said no to New Edition. Wow. What's that about the rock and roll? They didn't get in? New Edition didn't make it in the rock and roll? Well, this is what we get for trying to... For making that shit so important. I was responding to why she was there. I'm understanding why you responding and you saying, and Patty give people shoes. Well, she gave me some. That's what I'm saying. She's like that with all of artists and radio people and people in general. She's just very inviting. Even if you're a beautician in Philly and she fucks with you, come over to the house. She's just like that. I think Geminis are like that by nature. They're like usually the one in the... Star Gemini. Are you a Gemini? That's how y'all are. Y'all like to be in the mix of people. Like y'all are very inviting in. Are you a Gemini, Star Gemini? I'm not going to assume that just because that's your name, that's your name. I mean, that's your sign. And both things can be true. They could be peoples. They could have a relationship. And that was still rude as fuck. I said what I said. You like that? You like that? A pole slider that hit the number. That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. And Nick, many of them are not. Many of them are not. Rocky, then there's a respect for your elders that young people didn't learn. Right. And a respect for human beings. Girls in the street ain't letting you walk in between them talking to somebody else. Cardi's not accepting that. If Cardi came to visit, just say, for example, if Cardi came to visit me, say I was doing something, right? And she came to my dressing room to give me flowers, and I'm standing there talking to... Cardi came to visit me, and she's talking to me, and Tasha K happens to be my executive producer for whatever reason, and she walks through, what's happening next? I'll let you guys fill in the blank. What's happening next? Cardi B is backstage visiting me to give me flowers because she's happy to see me because we have a relationship, right? And Tasha K walks through in the middle of me and Cardi B chatting. What happens next? Moving the fuck on. And hit that like button, bitch. The fuck? Meek Mill made it horrible? Oh my God. Boy, you're right. That's what I'm saying. Her son probably said, oh, we need to. Cardi BBL looked bad when she was dancing. The kids was eating her up. Now they just inducted MC Light. We need the Jonesy Awards. Okay. I mean, So it's hard to kick the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's back all the way in when I know light feels appreciated and light is a rock. Wu-Tang made it. And I mean, I still just feel like these are the descendants of the same people that had our ancestors, our great uncles, our great aunts, our greats, shackled 2 bodies together at a time in the space the size of a coffin, shitting on themselves, coughing on each other with no air flow, no nothing, no food. Just these are the same people. These are their kids. It wasn't that long ago in the bottom of ships, throwing us overboard the ships so they could collect insurance money on lost cargo. These are the same kids and grandkids of those motherfuckers that threw our uncles, aunts, grandparents, great-grandparents overboard under ships, shackled together, except for the women, so they could go and rape them while on the slave ship, so they could rape them at their leisure, that we're begging to be a part of their little bullshit rock and roll that you didn't even create that, Little Richard did it all. Like, what? It's all a farce. I'm ready to bust this whole shit up. Give me the 200 people fast. I'm ready to bust this whole operation open wide. Who gives a fuck about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? They don't even deserve to be in it. JMC said, not all Geminis. Nope. Like, we need to stop wanting and begging. Oh, shit. Now the Geminis is activated. I like to see it. I like to see it. It is all bullshit. It's bought and paid for. The awards are all still to the day, not just the Grammys, all of them. Seeking their acceptance. Who wants the acceptance of, number one, someone that can't be in the sun more than 5 minutes? And 2, someone whose ancestors did all those things to ours. That could be. But you know what? With us, we don't sit in nothing too long. They'll give us a little $5,000 settlement and the lawsuit be damned. Cardi couldn't look worse than Lil' Kim dancing. Oh, my God. Right. Or feeding our babies to alligators. That part. And they back to lynching us. So tell me again why this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame award is not a bullet dodged. What is this, Giddy? No, not her. The one you had before. I didn't see no set, no dancers, no nothing. The clips I saw show her and Meek Mill dancing on the bare black stage. There's no showmanship. Well, she had dancers at the one in Jersey. Did she have dancers in New York? She definitely had dancers.
She had dancers at all her shows, I thought.
Well, they said she didn't. Unless the dancers left at that part, I don't know.
But that's saying,
if we did an R&B Hall of Fame, somehow those folks would ease their way into it somehow, convincing us that we need their production guys or their sound guys or their equipment or they'd find a way. And then with that comes their stage manager. And, oh, Jessica knows exactly how you want it. She was the one that did New Edition. Trust me, we got you covered. You don't have to worry about anything. Just show up. That's what happens. Whenever we create something, they find their way to it. That's what would happen. And then whoever the R&B Hip Hop Hall of Fame curator is, they would sell it all out for a trick and a profit. They would trust Jessica got it handled. or maybe they wouldn't have the access to the sound crew and the stage crew. And the people that have the access don't be the ones that know the real talent. The people that have the talent to make an R&B Hall of Fame go don't have access to the money to make it. It's always that way, which is why you got corny bitches like Jennifer Hudson still lasting while everybody else is canceled. You mean to tell me that after Curtis then left me, I'm still corny in your view? Spirit Tunnel saved you, bitch. Spirit Tunnel saved you. Spirit Tunnel saved you. But all of that came to be how? One of them holiday Christmas parties that the network was throwing. She tagged along probably with her manager. They see, oh, that's the black girl from that's Effie. Oh my God, I saw you in all the things. Oh my God, you're incredible. You know what, Luann? Call me on Monday. We've got something going. We're looking for, someone like her. We need our answer to Kelly. Call me. And then what happens? The deal is done. Just because she's in the right place at the right time with the right person, and her manager is that person's guy. They're friends, so I can trust you to keep your Negro in line, and we're going to do this deal. And on top of that, her whole family, there's a story there. And yeah, she's country. She's safe. She was America's Idol. She's middle America. She's got the Bible thump going on. There's not any scandal around Effie. And so it shows she gets. They think they know what the fuck we want to see. They always think they could tell us what we like, what we want. And then we always let them in without asking questions, without putting them through the test of what's this and what's that. And, how do you think you're qualified to do this? We just let them in. Always so kind and forgiving. Quick to let them in our shit. Then they come in, break the shit down, whitewash it to where it's unrecognizable, break it up, sell it off into pieces, and tell us we don't qualify for the awards. Fuck out of here. The long way. Cardi B on stage when Meek was on the extended stage. The whole show was a production with dancers, confetti, and pyro. Okay. All right, Marcus. Maybe they didn't see that part. Because I know in Jersey, she had all the dancers. Yeah, the schools aren't teaching our babies that because they keep the teachers on a tight schedule of by this month, they got to do this. By that month, they got to know that. This month, they got to be ready for testing. They're not even following the Amistad law, where the white teachers are supposed to go and get training during the summer. You know what the administration out in Manalapan told me? We can't force them to go. Really? Really? So you're going to take the law into your own hands and not make them go? And then when things like Immigration Day are had at school and, your child is to come in and talk about how their family got to the United States. Everybody didn't come on the top part of the ship. But you're not ready for my kid to come in with the conversation of how his family came in on the bottom of the ship. Because, Miss Patrick, it made all the other kids feel wildly uncomfortable. So you don't think you making my son feel uncomfortable in even having this conversation about an Immigration Day? So the next year they changed it to Family Day. But it took a lot of work. I had to meet with this bitch she's not a bitch. In the words of Trick Daddy, I didn't mean to call you a hoe. But I had to keep meeting with them, trying to introduce proper books about not just Black history, brown history, just so they didn't think it was a Black thing. And then it becomes, if we do that for you, we have to do it for the Indians and the Asians too. All right, well, here's curriculum for all. I did this. I met with Miss Monroe once or twice a month, me and another mom. And we had it all, our whole plan, a course of action, all the things. And the only one thing that we got was it was no longer called Immigration Day. It became called Family Day. So, but I can only do as much as I can do. I don't know all the history either, but the shit I do learn and I do find I hold on to, and then I go and explore further. And see, here's the thing. Woo is going because they got a white fan base. Why we always need a white fan base to get where we rightfully deserve? Or let's stop taking the interest out of it. Let's become disinterested with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. As soon as you stop paying attention to white culture, they start looking over in black culture with what they doing. Because they're not paying attention to us. Dad, they say we're not cool. Dad, they're saying the Rock and Roll Hall of anything is not cool anymore. No, I don't want to go to that. I want to go to the BET Awards. That's what we've always done. That's what we've always done. As soon as our kids let them know they shit is corny and washed out, then they want to be over here. When my son started with that whipping nene, I said, whip a motherfucking again. Come up in here with whip or motherfucking nene and see what it's hitting for. So stupid. It's so dumb. I said, what the fuck is that? Twitching bullshit. The hell? What? Have you lost your motherfucking mind? And then this one. I gotta get up for this. Hold on a second. No, this is a new desk. I don't want to fuck it up because I'm trying to do skits. That whipping name. I said, because that's all they could do. Anything that don't require a bass line. Then remember this one? That shit. And I can only get it because I dance like a white girl sometimes. The fuck? The fuck is wrong with you? No. This motherfucker with that shit. Do that at their birthday parties. Don't bring that shit up at 48. Y'all so stupid. Y'all are so stupid.
Now you brought your desk way too high. It's blocking your face now.
Oh,
you gotta come down now.
Is that good? Shit. Yeah, because they dangle the carrot in front of us. Yeah, Dave. Nah, not that much, Dave. Dave, can't go too far, Dave. YK. We got to stop accepting them into the fold. We got to stop. And if we accept them in the fold, they got to know, just like we know when we go to somebody Greek wedding, when we go to somebody Italian wedding, we don't start a motherfucking where them things. Nor do we start a Soul Train line. Nor do we ask the DJ to put on Tamia's line dance song. We don't cross their lines. It's called being respectful of their culture. He said, bust it open. No. Child, you got black teachers who don't even know our own history as a former. I can imagine. Right. The award shows, all that stuff is politics, BS, politics, and paid for. I told you, Richie Rich was doing an interview last week and said that, how Leora and them said, oh, yeah, we bought that. Hi, Christina. Shoot. Y'all remember that stupid little dance? Not going to be able to do it. Oh, no. That's Shirley Jones from the Jones Girls. I hated that dance, too. But again, I was able to do it because I danced like an offbeat white girl. And why is white folk food considered fine dining, but black folk food tastes better and called soul food? Where are the black fine dining restaurants? Do we have any? Or have they been sold or left to their kids who don't want to be bothered? They're ready to sell that shit off to the highest bidder and throw some Mexicans up in the kitchen and fake the recipes. A whole bunch of lorries. Low sodium lorries salt. The kids have lived off of the profits of the fine dining black soul food restaurants, right? Don't realize that restaurant paid for your prep school, paid for your college, paid for your first house down payment and your wedding. Even though you and that nigga don't even like each other no more, but y'all still fake for the rest of the family. Paid for the baby shower, all the things, the next generation. As soon as mommy and daddy or grandma and grandpa die, y'all ungrateful motherfuckers go and sell it. Yep. Not even thinking about all it took for them to get their first down payment to even get that bitch. You better go on with your life. So, I don't know what to tell you. Raquel, I can't flick for so much. It don't go. Gideon about to get me an ashtray that actually has smoke coming out of the ashtray so it could have an effect. For those you just joined it, this is a prop. This isn't real. It's just a prop. For those you just joined it. I will never see. Thank you, Kim from Harlem. Can we get them cash apps and them super stickers going, please? You are getting the performance of a lifetime today. I will never see J Hud the same after the family sacrifice. She gets what they give her for what she gave them. We really are respectful of other people's cultures and should have boundaries on our own. That's all I'm saying. Applaud that. Applaud that. That's it. Hi, Seth. TMZ first started, they had no black people on that show and no black stories, and the ratings sucked. They copied media takeout, hiring black people and doing black stories, and ratings spike. And remember Nina? I think Nina was like the first black female on TMZ. I remember Nina. Now she's the voluptuous one. Now she hosts like the reunions for Love and Hip Hop and stuff. Nina said that she found out everybody else was getting paid more than her. She was only getting paid $50,000, but she had crazy hours, had to always be available. Her stories were, according to her, held to a higher standard, and they didn't want to give her a raise. So she left, or they got rid of her. Hold on. This is for me. You don't have to do a long hold on, but just know. Oh, I'm booked. Mama Jones is having a gala, and she asked me to co-host it with her, but I'm booked that day. Eric, it is the Boys in the Hood cigarette. Remember the mom from that? What was her real name? What was the mom from the? She was a hell of an actress. I have to keep looking at my phone because y'all won't let me know when I'm sliding back. What we got? What's next? What is that?
That's the Sammy putting hands on Ray J.
Oh, okay. Let's look.
He was talking weird. I'm like, okay, you're a demon. I'm an angel. It's cool. You feel what I'm saying? He was like, bro, when you pushed me against the like little counter, I thought you was playing. I wasn't really fighting back. And it's the equivalent of like somebody bows you at the end of the court and the referee don't catch you and then you bow them back. So I'm like, bro, I said, you're not stronger than me. I didn't know you was in attack mode. I wasn't ready. You feel what I'm saying? So he's like, I'm a demon. You're not a demon. You're a good boy. I'm just talking weird. And I was just like, okay, I don't know. And then Melinda, our manager, she was like, Ray J, leave him alone. He's not even bothering you. He's just smoking his hookah. I'm just smoking hookah, y'all. I'm just minding my business. He went outside to smoke a cigarette, but he still, even from the patio, you hear this nigga like, yeah, Sammy felt my strength. I'm stronger than that nigga. He don't want it. I'll put him to sleep and put him in the bed with me. And then that was weird when he kept saying weird shit. I'm like, why do you want to put me to sleep and then want me to sleep with you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, stop saying that. I was like, stop saying that. Just stop saying that you're going to choke me out and then make me sleep in the bed with you. Stop saying it. And he kept saying it. And he kept saying it. And he kept saying it. So now we're face to face and I'm looking him in his eyes and Melinda's like, Sammy, don't provoke him. He's just drunk. Don't provoke him. I'm like, nah, because I can't have him thinking I'm scared of him. Like now it's going too far. So I'm looking in his eyes. He's like, yeah, you don't see my soul. I'm a demon. Rah, I'm a devil. You're an angel. And I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But I am like, now I'm on alert. Like now it's getting serious. Now it's getting serious. Right? So I'm like, let me get ready to defend myself this time. And he was like, Sammy, I'm not playing. He pushed my chest again. Now he started it and I finished it. He pushed my chest and it was a good push. It was a real push. And he was like, yeah, you feel it. You feel the force. You feel the force. And I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? And once he pushed me, I don't really know how I threw him from the kitchen all the way into Melinda's dining room. But he went like flying, you know what I'm saying? And his brace, he didn't brace himself for that. So he fell not so great. You know what I'm saying? And I had to do what I had to do. And, and then poor Melinda. And I'm trying to like not do too much because we're in her house. So he was talking weird.
Not Rachel Farrell. Rachel Farrell is the singer. It's Tyra Farrell. Thank you for those of you that knew who the bomb from Boys in the Hood was. Rachel Farrell. She the one that could sing all high like that. Yeah, Ray J's demons are catching up to him. It's all good, CM. They already had it before you did anyway. Zesty Wrestling. Fucking hilarious. Less than 5 black fine dining restaurants in Philly. So what Miss Tootsie's have been considered fine dining? And what constitutes fine dining? The menu, the service, or the inability to ever get a reservation? Because let's face it, only the things that are out of reach get people's true respect. And that goes at work, relationship, day-to-day at your in your family. When you act like your shit is precious and valuable and you're not everywhere, that's when they value you. Because they don't fuck with her. We don't see her a lot. So when she come out, it must be something special. Yes, Nina Parker. Hi, Teron. Delta's is black fine dining. Then if Delta's black fine dining, then Miss Tootsie's would have been too. Yes, Nina. Yup. You remember, Voya. Rocky, call in. You guys can always call in. The number's scrolling on the bottom of the thing. Let's go to the Ruby Rose. And after that, we'll talk about, I don't know why I love, I can't remember her name. Did we play this already?
There's actually no audio to this. And here comes Rocky.
Girl.
Hello?
Hi, Rocky.
Hi, Jonesy, my baby. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I love this blast off mode, yo. I love when you be letting people have it.
They deserve it. I'm tired of them.
Yes, because honestly, at the age we are, we've been holding in too much stuff, and it's like, for what? Once you see the midget behind the Wizard of Oz curtain, you're like, I've been holding in and trying to be this nice, respectful, God-fearing black woman for what? For you people to just take over and run ramshot on us, man, I'm telling all your business. Stop that.
Yup, telling it all of it. Were you on here yesterday?
calling all your business.
Were you? It's funny that you say that. Were you on here yesterday?
I was, but off and on. That's why when I heard you say my name, I said I was just thinking about I should call in the show, and you said that. I said, "Come on, baby, we on the same wavelength."
And we really on the same wavelength because you just said calling on. I was about to tell you. You know, there's a TV commercial for FanDuel Sports where they're going calling all trillionaires that stole my shit.
Girl, I saw that. I said, they don't know this lady got attorney's numbers on speed dial. Yo, I freaking love it. Get your money, because I'm like, who else has been saying calling all, and then you're going to say millionaires? You counted up the words and everything. And that's because you got a little background in lawsuits. You was like, 5 words. Those was mine.
They're all mine. And I said, how are they going to go? And it's probably good if they fight. I'm probably going to have to bring in a specialist, or the courts are going to have to bring in a specialist to say, no, not only did they take her words, they used her exact cadence. And if she were to use, I could demonstrate it for y'all. I used to go during my sports report every morning when we talk about the WNBA. I would go, calling her. Now, they tried to change the key, but they kept the same cadence, the same notes, everything. I said, calling all trillionaires, calling all. So no, that's calling all thrill. And then you went up, but I said, da-da-da. So no. You took a check from FanDuel for my idea, my concept, my writing, that ain't yours. And you thought that I wasn't going to pay attention because I'm not a FanDuel person. And you woke up one day and probably said, I don't know where I got this idea from, but I think, bitch, you on J Street in Brooklyn listening to the block because you the same age as me and ain't nothing on New York radio to listen to but the block. Well, while I was there at least. And that's where you got it from me. But you don't get to run it into an ad agency and get a check for it. So we're going to deal with the licensing money. And since you like my shit, give me a check and I'll do some jingles for you. Other than that, forward me your lawyer's number. That's it. That's all. Calling all. That's all.
I love it. Run me my coins. Because like you said, who else is saying calling all? You can't even pull up anything where someone is saying that today. So it's like, they got it from you. And I just love the coins in the background. I can hear the money falling.
Well, you know what? They've got, I'm going to give them a week to respond. And then I'll be calling all. I might even pull up since you on J Street in Brooklyn. I might pull up in person.
That's all gonna be for you calling on millionaires because they have to cut you your little money, FanDuel.
And FanDuel gonna be like, but no, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. Somebody in your place should have done a copyright or a sound thing before y'all went and assumed that they own that. They don't. They don't. So everybody paying. You paying, they paying, everybody fucking paying.
But you know what it is? When you're in the business of thievery and you've been doing it all of your history and no one's ever, like, who gonna check me, boo? You know, a lot of us don't fight. And so they're so used to just doing what they do. But they got the right one, baby. They got the right one.
Because I ain't got nothing better to do than fight for that check. Because I'll be damned. All the that I used to do in the morning. You think you gonna take it calling up, trillionaire? No, fuck a trillionaire, bitch. You stole my cadence, my words, my everything.
Yep. But real quick, your little Chevy driving itself to school an hour and a half?
Girl, each way.
That is so, like, beautiful, impressive, dedicated. You know what I mean? I heard that. I'm like, that baby drives an hour and a half every day to go to school?
Every day. That's why I got to do something. I'm like, that's too much drive, especially for a new driver. Like, and still be getting good grades. Like, still, he don't be falling asleep on his desk. Oh, Jay, what's wrong? I've been driving all day. No, he still stays alert. Then he goes and trains and drives all the fuck way back, comes home and trains again.
You know, people don't realize the things that children, especially our children, go through to just maintain and be successful. And then to have an adult who's in an authority position try to attack him on minor stuff. And that's the thing I always find. These whack-ass adults want to come and talk to the kids. Why you don't pick up the phone and call the parent? Because that's why you got these emergency cards. And that's why you be stressing us to fill out the information every fucking year. Why we filling out all these contact information if you ain't reaching out to tell us shit like, hey, I noticed that he's not coming in school uniform. And then we could have had an adult conversation, but no, you want to fucking antagonize and terrorize my kid who's trying to hold his head above water. Boy, I'll fuck you up from her.
Excuse me, ladies. Pop, smoke, soapbox, whatever your name is. We're not for everybody. You can go ahead and go somewhere else.
He want attention. They already, I think, because I'm trying to ban him. The show's not entertaining, bitch. Why you took the time to type? Fuck out of here. Matter of fact, let me see. Oh no, let me just call ICE. And you let him. You explain the little salt and pepper shit I see in your skin. Right, they run out of creativity. This some my C. Williams said they've completely run out of song ideas. That's why every commercial has an old song playing. Yeah. Yeah, they don't realize they but you know what it is? Let me tell you what else it is, Rocky. Back to what your point was. The elders in these schools, especially in these Catholic schools, they still carry that old shit with them too. They still carry that, and and because it was their age. They were the ones when they were younger spitting on us and kicking us off our bikes and fighting against segregation and desegregation. I'm sorry, y'all know what I'm talking about. The blacks coming together with the whites. They were the ones, the 70 and the 75-year-olds that's in these Catholic schools now. They were the ones spitting on. I don't want to sit next to you. I'm not touching a colored textbook that a colored person has had. You know how you used to have to write your name in the front of the book inside, so they could see whose book it was. That's a black person. I don't want to. They are the 70 and 75-year-olds in your kids' institutions. And the teachers that are, maybe 55, whatever, they were the kids growing up and hearing that in their households. So they think that they can tell your kid that they'll take their crutches and beat their ass with them and then go, I love that kid. But we ain't having it.
And you know what else too? I got something else for you because I worked in the school district. Then you got the black people who are trying to curry favor with administration, and they love to show how they can get the black kids and Spanish kids in check.
Yep.
And they are the hardest on her kids. They are so. I had this principal who used to get out, and I was really torn with, I think I should report this stupid bitch. She would take out a paper cutter, the big metal square things with the big, gauntlet or whatever. She would take out the big-ass paper cutter and put fake blood on it.
Oh, wait. It's 10:10. Say a prayer or make a wish, y'all.
Oh, it's 10:11 on my shit. We still making wishes?
All right, we good. Go ahead.
Okay. So this lady would take out the big paper cutter, put fake blood on it, and taunt the child as if she was going to cut their fingers off. These kids are in kindergarten and pre-K in first grade. Why are you doing that?
I've got a question for you.
She would do that for the pleasure of the white teacher so that the white teachers would feel like, oh, yeah, she got them in check. And you're tormenting our kids. You don't do it to the other white kids. As a matter of fact, other white kids don't even get brought to the office because it's understood that, oh, no, they're just a little rambunctious because, when they come in, there's all the fucking excuses for them. But for ours, you want to pull out a fake paper cut and act like you want to cut our kids' fingers off, you fucking bully.
Yeah, yep. And you can't erase that mental moment. The kids don't know how to compartmentalize it. And this is why it shows up later in life where they're applying for colleges, when they're operating in college and with professors and teachers, there's trauma there. And then it rolls out into their first relationship with us. It's the fucking trauma embedded by these goofballs.
So my question is, I never went to Catholic school, but allegedly I used to hear, did they really allow to spank kids with those wooden things?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And if you go far enough south, they still do. And
when they do that dumb shit to me, I heard they did it, but I ain't get none of that because they would have had big problems from my parents. I'm quite sure because, they ain't do that to me. But I went to Catholic school for 9 years.
But some parents back then thought they was doing the white thing by saying, go on, discipline them. Go ahead, master, discipline them. Some parents felt that way.
And you know why? That's because they're so busy trying to curry white favor. You're so busy being afraid of standing up and saying no. That comes from slavery. That trauma is in our DNA. And that's why a lot of black parents don't like to give their children praise. We don't love on our children because back in the day, if your child was doing really well in the fields, they would be sold off. And it sounds weird, but if you notice, a lot of our parents, they don't know how to give love. They're not loving each other. That's all a symptom of what's happened to us. We don't show each other love because we're afraid of showing our best because our best has always been taken and sold and taken from us, just like they do now, trying to take your song and put it on their shit. Come on, man. This is what they do. They're thieves.
Yep. You got to hide. You got to hide when you're doing something, when you should be being celebrated. So then we don't know how to accept compliments. We don't know how to respond. We don't know how to give it to others. That's why we're always knocking each other, always knocking, oh, nigga, you ain't shit. Oh, nigga, you ain't that. You're right, Rocky. You are on point with that.
We've lived a long time, Miss Jones. That's why we on that. Fuck you. We got to blast these motherfuckers because they trying to play us.
Yeah, we're tired. We're tired. History is repeating itself. And maybe it does have to get here in order for us to actually go and open books or watch people's videos, which we're about to do, and hear the history in its true and rarest form. And you know what? Again, this is uncomfortable. Some people don't want to hear this shit in the morning, but you know what? You don't have the luxury of not fucking hearing it. These are the last days. You ain't got the luxury, and obviously you didn't hear it before, and somebody got to bring it to you to hear. So this is what you want to hear here, at least part of the morning, and stop triggering niggas, and it wouldn't happen. But you need to hear it. You need to hear it. You need to get uncomfortable, or else we will be side by side, shackled to someone that looks like us in the bottom of something. It'll be a new way to get us back enslaved. Alligator Island, whatever they call it. They're doing it right in front of our faces. They're building the prisons for us to be in there forever. So when are we going to get out of our comfort zone and say, fuck this no more? We know that they're thieves. We know that they're cavemen. We know that they don't care. We know they eat children. We know they rape children. We know they don't like children or women. We know that. And yet, we still go, let me just go about my day. And I guess wait for them to bomb this bridge or that bridge or this tunnel or that tunnel. Like, no.
And you know why that happens, though, to be quite honest? It's a response that we've learned throughout history. And that's why they don't want us to learn history. Because if you understand the patterns, you'll see things before they happen. They want dumb people. They want people that are like, oh my God, what's happening? Instead of saying, I've seen they did this shit in the 1920s to our people. So they don't want us to have that sense of history. Because they run in the same things that they're not intelligent.
Right,
you know
they're not.
They're not smart. And so
they're mediocre.
Just the game plan. Even when it comes to movies, they have no originality. So you see the same shit. Oh, Beauty and the Beast. Again, this bitch been beautiful and he been a beast forever. How long we gonna keep saying this?
Until they can figure out how to steal the next script from the talented black, brown person. Until they can figure out a way to steal it or offer them enough money that they won't tell people that it's been stolen. That's how long.
Yep. And it's on a whole nother level, like when you said something about, we going to be shackled next to each other. Yep. And you know who's going to shackle us? Somebody that look just like us.
Yep. Let's be very clear. Trying to align themselves with whiteness.
Educate. Yep. And that's why we have to educate our children. You know, my daughter goes to a very, very nice PWI, which is a privately white institution, but she has knowledge of self. And so when they come teaching her that fuckery, she already understands the programming that's in place. So she'll come and we'll talk about it together. And she'll already know the history to a certain degree because, you know, I've talked to her about a lot of stuff. But I'm just so grateful that I have the knowledge to pass on to my child because there are parents who don't have that. And those are the children that are being bamboozled, that are being reprogrammed right in front of our eyes. And they come home talking this, oh no, but we're all one. And no, but we're all, and I don't see color. And you're like, where the fuck did you learn that shit from? You better start talking to your kids and getting in their heads because if you don't, the child that graduates, you won't even fucking recognize them. They could be the motherfuckers get ready to shackle you. Like, well, Mom, you remember when I told you? You'd be like, this motherfucker.
Yep. But sometimes, though, like Chaby, he made me promise the other day not to talk about them no more like that because if I want God to accept me in the kingdom, I have to love all. And I pinky promised him because I fucked up the film. But I can't ignore. I can't ignore what I see. I can't ignore what I see. And God has given me the opportunity to have a platform so that the people that want it or the people that need it have it. Because I'm not going to sit here and read Dear Jonesy letters. That ain't what it's hitting for right now. Shit is too hectic. It's too important. We got to like really hunker down and pay attention to them sleeper cells. For real. And where their greed got the best of them is with the internet. They rush to get it out without putting things in place in the event of. And now that you're trying to ban books, you didn't pay attention to the fact that we don't need your books. We got the internet now. Remember the greedy, nifty new toy you created where you were going to be able to make millions off of us? Well, guess what? Now we can get information out to each other. We don't need your permission or your book, sir. Thank you, dummy, mediocre, greedy, led by your greed, followed by your mediocrity.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm really happy with your transparency. It's needed, and yeah, reveal that shit. I love it. You know, I love it.
You know, everybody know. I see people. I'm making people feel uncomfortable and self-reflect. And you don't have to make yourselves be known here. And I'm not going to beat you down. Just do better. Thank you, Rocky.
You're welcome. Love y'all. Keeping on. I'm still with you.
Love you back. Yeah, somebody got to say it. I can't sit up here and just shucking the fucking jiving with y'all. That was a good conversation. Now play the one with the girl. Now play the one with the girl that taught me about the slave ships the size of coffins. The slave ship compartments the size of coffins, Giddy.
I'm going to be graphic. It is what it is. Let's talk. Because this week something happened that took us about 400 years to get to. And before I tell you what was said, I need to tell you what was being named. Because this is the part that never gets said with the weight that it deserves. Before a single ship left the coast of West Africa, the people who were going to be put on it were already being processed, stripped naked, prodded, groped. Traders invasively examined the breast, buttocks, and vaginal areas of women and girls, allegedly to assess their childbearing ability. Men and boys were groped around the groin, scrotum, and anus. One white trafficker who later testified described the process as similar to what you would do to a horse before purchasing it. These were human beings, y'all. They were being evaluated the way that you would evaluate livestock. And when the evaluation was done, they were assigned a number, not a name, a number, and loaded onto ships. These ships were built into two categories: tight packers and loose packers. Tight packers maximized profit. Human beings were measured with instruments with charts to calculate how many bodies could be chained in a single row. The space allocated per person was roughly the size of a coffin. Men were shackled together in pairs at the wrists and ankles and packed into the hold lying on their sides, unable to sit up, unable to turn over, unable to move. The heat in the hold was lethal and suffocating. There was almost no ventilation. The air was so thick with human waste, sweat, and disease that sailors reported being unable to breathe when they opened the hatch. Dysentery tore through entire decks. People vomited on each other. People had diarrhea on each other. People died chained to the person beside them and stayed there, rotting, till someone came to remove the body. Sometimes that took days. Smallpox spread. Measles spread. The living were chained to the dead in spaces the size of coffins, in heat that historians describe as suffocating and unbearable. In the middle of the ocean, women were kept unchained in separate compartments, not as mercy, but because being unchained made them easier to access. Crew members raped them throughout the voyage, not occasionally, routinely. Those who resisted were flogged. Women gave birth on those ships, without medical care, without assistance. In those conditions, most newborns didn't survive. In one documented case, a captain punished a failed rebellion by killing one of the men involved immediately and forcing two other enslaved people to eat his heart and liver, while the rest watched. This is in the historical record, y'all. It is documented in historical accounts of the Middle Passage. About 15% of the people put on those ships, nearly 2 million human beings, died before they reached land. They were thrown overboard, and some were thrown overboard alive because maritime insurance paid for cargo lost at sea, not cargo that died of illness. Throwing people into the ocean alive was more profitable than letting them die of disease. The most documented case is the Zong Massacre of 1781, in which a British captain threw 132 enslaved people into the ocean alive and filed an insurance claim. The case went to court. The question before the court wasn't whether a crime had been committed, though. The question was whether the insurance policy covered the loss. The ones who survived the crossing arrived at a port and then were processed again. Before they were sold, their skin was rubbed with oil to disguise cracking and lesions. Their heads were sometimes shaved to remove gray hairs and bacteria, to make them look younger and healthier than they actually were. They were examined again by buyers, poked, prodded, molested. George Washington, who would become the first president of the United States, specified in writing in 1772 that he preferred enslaved people not exceeding 20 years of age. He was placing an order for human beings, like you would place an order for food. And the ones who were purchased were put to work. About 80% of enslaved Africans transported across the Middle Passage ended up on sugar plantations in South America and the Caribbean, where the mortality rate was so high that the entire enslaved population had to be continuously replaced through the ongoing slave trade. People worked from before dawn until after dark in gangs, cutting sugarcane in tropical heat. Feeding it into mills regularly took fingers, hands, and arms. Life expectancy on a sugar plantation was measured in years, not decades. The system consumed people. That was the model. You work them to death and then you buy more. In the United States, enslaved people were raped systematically by the men who owned them, by overseers, by anyone the law permitted. And when those rapes produced children, those children were born enslaved. The enslaver's blood ran through the veins of the people that he owned. Families were deliberately separated at auction. Children sold away from mothers, husbands sold away from wives, with the specific intention that they would never find each other again. Their languages were criminalized. Their religions were outlawed. Their names were replaced with the names of the men who owned them. Reading and writing were made illegal. The systematic destruction of identity, culture, language, family, and humanity was not incidental to the system. It was the system. You can't enslave a person that knows who they are. So they made sure people didn't know. This ran for 400 years. The records are a little fuzzy, but between 12 and 14 million people were stolen from Africa. Nearly 2 million died on the crossing. Tens of millions more were born into slavery in the Americas. The wealth generated by their labor built banking systems, the insurance industries, the textile industries, and the national economies of Britain, Spain, France, Portugal, the Netherlands, and the United States. That wealth was inherited. It was compounded. It is still here. When Britain abolished slavery in 1833, the government paid £20 million in compensation, equivalent to about £2 billion today. That money went to the enslavers, not to the enslaved. British taxpayers were paying off that debt until 2015. Lloyd's of London, which insured slave ships throughout the trade, they formally acknowledged the history and apologized for it. But the wealth didn't disappear. It compounded. The cotton that enslaved people picked in Mississippi in 1850, it built the textile industry that funded the Industrial Revolution. None of that wealth was ever returned. And when it was over, the men who built all of that wrote the history books. They named the streets after themselves, built monuments to the men that tried to keep it going, taught children that it was a tragedy of its time, something complicated, something to understand in context, you know? This week, 123 countries stood up at the United Nations and said, no, we see it, we name it, the gravest crime in the history of humanity. And I keep thinking about the people that never got to hear that. The people who died carrying the truth of this in their bodies, with the world's silence pressing down on top of it. Our ancestors knew exactly what it was. They lived it, and the world looked away. That's not a small thing to finally name. Now let's talk about who refused to name it. 3 countries out of 193, the United States, Israel, and Argentina. 3 countries looked at a non-binding statement, not a reparations check, not a court summons, not a single dollar changing hands, not one person facing any kind of consequences, just a formal moral acknowledgement that this happened and that it was the worst, and voted no. They voted no. And the argument this country made is one of the most clarifying things they've said in years. The U.S. Deputy Ambassador stood up in that hall and said, "The United States does not recognize a legal right to reparations for historical wrongs that were not illegal under international law at the time they occurred. They built the legal system that made all of that legal. They wrote those laws. They enforced them. They sent men with guns to drag the people back that survived long enough to escape. They fought a war. Hundreds of thousands of people died, specifically to keep those laws in place. And now they're sitting behind those same laws as their defense, as proof that they don't owe anything. The country that engineered the legal architecture of chattel slavery is using that same architecture like a shield. That's a confession if I've ever heard one." And then there's Europe. Europe didn't vote no, they abstained. And I want you to hear what Europe said in order to explain that. The European Union said that they couldn't support the resolution because the word gravest implies a hierarchy amongst atrocity crimes, and no legal hierarchy between crimes exists. The country that designed ships specifically engineered to maximize the number of human bodies that you could pack into a hull, that built the plantation economies that made European aristocratic families wealthy for 10 generations and counting, that colonized an entire continent and drew its borders at a conference in Berlin in 1884, where not a single African person was present, that extracted the gold, the diamonds, the rubber, the copper, the people for 100 years, and are still sitting with that wealth in 2026, had concerns about an adjective, Not the 2 million people thrown into the ocean. Not the women raped on those ships. Not the children sold at auction. The word used to describe all of it. The Netherlands is the only country in the world that's ever formally apologized for its role in the slave trade. One out of every nation that participated. One apology in the entire history of the Western world. But look at who said yes, right? 132 countries, the entire African continent, the Caribbean, Latin America, most of Asia, the global South. The people who know from their blood and their bones what it means to be on the receiving end of that power. They didn't hesitate. They didn't debate language. They didn't have concerns about adjectives. They called it what it is without flinching, without qualifying, without apologizing for the clarity of it all. And for the first time in the history of international law, it's on the record. What happened to African people wasn't complicated. It wasn't a product of its time. It wasn't something we need to understand in context. It was the worst thing human beings have ever done to each other. 123 names on it. So let me be clear about what this week was and what it wasn't. It wasn't justice. It wasn't reparations. It wasn't accountability. No one's going to prison. No check is being written. No land is being returned. No wealth redistributed. It was 123 countries agreeing on a word, a non-binding word, and even then it was too much for some people. But that word, after 400 years of refusing to say it, is not nothing, because our ancestors carried the truth of this without anyone official ever confirming it. They knew what it was. We have always known what it is. And for generations, we were told we were exaggerating, that we needed to move on, that it was a long time ago, that people asking for acknowledgement were the problem. 3 countries said no, but 123 said yes. And the people who built this world on the bodies of our ancestors, who designed ships to fit more of them in, who rubbed oil on their skin to hide the damage before putting them on the auction block, who bred them like livestock and sold their children and raped their daughters, and then wrote history books calling it complicated, spent 400 years trying to make us forget that we were worth fighting for. This week, the world disagreed. That belongs to us. It always has. And nobody gets to take that back. This might be the one that gets me kicked.
Yeah, they about to ban her whole shit. But look, come on, let's hear it for the girl. I let it play because it needed to be played in its entirety. I know some of you had to go away, some of you can't take, some of you like living in your false bubble of false security. And it's okay. You can come and play when the fun shit is going on and I'm all, but if you know, you know. So, do you know they got fake motherfucking ice cream they selling us in the stores now? Charlie. I recognized this and thought I had some gelato. But then I saw this story and I said, no, it's most of it. My favorite ice cream in the whole wide world, Oh, wait, let me see if y'all had comments about that. This bitch flipping over the damn ice cream. Giddy's going to get the link for you guys if he can. I don't even know how I got it to him. Yeah, yep. So when I say I don't give a shit about your award or if you come in here, it's all based on and built from thievery, rape, deceit, theft, everything associated with you and your people. So I'm good on you. I'm so good on you. And we ain't got to be at war. I do not consider myself at war with the whites. But I'm no longer going to walk in denial and with blinders on and seek acceptance. It's not necessary. And it never serves me anyway. So you're no longer going to be mummifying us. No longer are we going to look the other way. No longer, not this girl. No longer am I going to turn the other cheek and ignore and say, oh, but this one's nice. No, I know where you came from. And I know that shit could flip because it's in your blood. You can't even help it. And you don't want to because you level up based on the privilege associated with it. So it's easy for you to not want to talk about it. It's easy for your kids' teachers not to want to discuss it. It's easy to not want to because it doesn't make you feel good. And then when you look at the core, when you're broken down, because you're forced to look at the core of your existence, you realize who you are. You still so proud? You still want to hold Immigration Day? Now, our favorite topic. What is this? Oh, the bootleg ice cream. Oh my God. I'm about to just cry.
They are now selling you ice cream that doesn't melt. That's not a coincidence, because a lot of ice cream currently on shelves can't legally be called ice cream. The EPA classifies them as frozen dairy desserts. These are the most engineered creams you feed your kids every day. First is Drumstick. It's literally bulked up vegetable fats, structure agents, and a pharmaceutical surfactant that disrupts the gut barrier. But Breyers crossed the line, as it even failed to melt under heat test, a known effect of gum thickened formulas. But what made matters worst was scanning it with the Safe Choice app. It rated with a PFA risk of 18 contaminants and a lack of real dairy, according to the app. This is unbelievable. They are now selling you ice cream that doesn't melt.
I am so fat.
You know what you got to do? You know what I do? Make
Tell
your
me.
own ice cream. I make my own ice cream in the summer. I only do it in the summer.
How?
It's a machine. It's a machine you get, and it gives you all the instructions.
Wait, I think I have one.
Is it next to the mixer?
Shut up. No, but I bought the kids an ice cream maker one year for Christmas, and I think we did it one time, and I put that shit back in the box.
No, you got to bring that back out.
I might need to get a new one. They probably got some fancy schmancy shit where I don't have to churn. I could just press it. Look at the laziness in me.
Well, mine doesn't churn. I hit a button and let it sit.
Where'd you get your machine from?
I'm sure it must have been Amazon or Walmart. It wasn't anything fancy.
But see, this is what I mean. This is where we're headed, because you can't trust. Because somewhere along the line, the people that were supposed to be checking our food and making sure it had certain safeties, and they're all on the take now. And he didn't slid back all the regulations and fired all the whistleblowing regulators. So our diet is just fucking at war, under attack.
Definitely.
Our choices in the grocery store under attack. I tell you, bread isn't even the same anymore. Bread is not the same anymore. I don't know what it is, but nothing's the same. Do you make your own bread, Giddy?
Yes, we had that conversation already. I do have a bread maker. I've had that years.
Get out of here. I was joking. And here you go. Yes. Not only do I make the bread, but I make the water of which I walk upon. And then he say, finally, a real show with real content for the people. Listen, I don't know. The numbers are sliding, Ox. I think this show is a little heavy for your morning intake, but I don't care. Sometimes you got to go here. And if them other bitches ain't going to do it, because they don't want to upset Massa. Oh, no, we can't talk about that. Oh, no, we can't talk about that. Somebody's got to. Or history will repeat itself. I got the power. I know, but sometimes I break down and get a little, go in there and get a little Magnum. Or get a little, is it called Bluebell ice cream? The ice cream sandwiches. But I noticed that vanilla ice cream ain't ice creaming no more. So I wonder if we can trust Mr. Softy. There it is. That's it, guys. Right, Flute. Nothing tastes the same. Hey, Marco. Cold Stone. Okay. Thank you, Nick. And thank you for yesterday. And I hope you continue celebrating your birthday. If we ever wake up and come together, it's over for the devil. Yup, Marco, you've been saying this. Yup. I'm going to give what you sent me to Giddy so he can play it tomorrow. They don't want to talk because I'm getting ready to wrap here. They don't want to talk about because it's sickening, but they're the reason and the root of the problem. Yup. Yeah, they don't want to own it. Own what your ancestors did. Own who they are. And when I pointed out, and y'all don't run from it. Know that it could be true because it's in your DNA. I do want real conversations. I do want real conversations because I don't have the luxury of shucking and jiving. The clock is ticking. It's not getting better. And the people that could make the top, that could stop the clock and roll shit back, they're all compromised. They're not doing it. Want this type of information. They want our history to be diluted and forgotten. Yeah, because they don't like feeling like the bad guy. They don't like feeling like the, oh my God. Yeah, no. Made from nitrogen. It's not about individual white people unless they're complicit in our oppression. That part. There are very many of them that agree with what we're saying and know this history. But some of them choose to still benefit from it. So if you still want to be complicit in benefiting from it and not righting the wrong, or at least speaking up about it and allowing people to make us think that we're just angry as a people instead of saying, no, they got a reason to be angry. If that ain't you, fuck you the hard way. And I'm going to keep on talking my talk. The cream in between the Oreos is not cream. Yeah, man.
You know, Oreos is not even real chocolate.
Yeah.
They created that, and they tell you have to drink something when you eat Oreos.
The bad thing about it is they ain't tell us that when we was chomping down them Oreos as kids. I had a donut yesterday from Kroger's, and that shit tasted nasty. I have to make my own donuts. And muffins are good. Giddy, do you make your own donuts and muffins and cookies too?
I make my own cookies. I have made muffins.
Get the hell out of here. I'm done with you. Bye. 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 Bye.
I want to learn how to make donuts. I really do. They have a machine. I want to get one.
All you got to do, my stepson owns Go Donuts in Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go by there together. We're going to pull up. He has the machine. He makes the donuts. And he has all types of flavor and fruit and stuff and they're open like till 2 and 3 in the morning. Go Donuts. That's fine.
I'm gonna have to visit them.
Yes. And they're soft and they're warm and they're fresh tasting. And yep. We got to get the machine. But we don't have time. That's where they got us. They made us work and hustle and work to where we already don't have time really for our significant others. A lot of us don't have time for our kids as much as we would like, because when we're not working, we hustling. And when we're not hustling and working, we thinking of the next hustle. So this is why, unless you have the luxury of being home all day, not doing anything, you have the luxury of, what am I going to make for dinner today? What will I prepare for meal prep next week? Anybody got that? Very few people. I know Briar is my favorite. Oh my God. Yep. Hormone disruptors. Oh, Sunny Skies does that too. Makes their own bread. But then I think about it. Bread, I don't like how bread feels after I eat it now. I used to not mind it, but now I literally feel it. Like it doesn't move. When I eat Jersey Mike's, the bread afterwards, the bread sits with me. Maybe it's the gluten. I don't know. But so I've been getting either a bowl or a wrap. And I don't know if that's much better. But the bread, if I feel it now. Oh, come on with your peach tree. Dave got one, the donut maker. We are the original gods of this world. and they're completely opposite of us. What does that make them? Yep. That's why don't get caught up in their panic of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yes, I want us to get the information. I want us to share the information. I want us to seek the information, but don't get caught up in their panic. We ain't never have it as good as they did. Even the trash of them got more opportunities than us. So don't get panicked. Know that you got the key to survival. That's why you're here now. Some grown people want to constantly be entertained with immature messiness. Like it's a balance in life. I agree. Look, and I give you a little balance, right? A little, I give you a balance. The ice cream maker is real complicated, but you got to know what your ingredients are. I still want to know, is Mr. Softy okay or no? Home Depot has them for $99, Kitty. I heard Obama is responsible for this. He ushered in GMO under his administration. Are you sure? Because God damn it, if that beige bitch, if I motherfucking find out that beige bitch had a hand in that with the tampons not being right and the ice not melting like cream and the Oreo not being cream and all the things, it's going to be hell to tell a captain. What's in Ezekiel bread? Bread doesn't mold anymore. Right. It takes a very long time. Give it up for me, Dave, for taking you to the place today. They deregulated the FDA and food lobbyists spend millions to push laws that get rid of food regulations. So they can get rid of us and profit off of the fake food people that save money by giving us the fake shit, right? And give them, the deregulators, a cutback for giving them a pass and turning a blind eye when they're giving us the fake shit that's making us sick. Jonesy gonna do it. I don't know. And now the product must say ice cream. Yes, Tosh. Yep. I wouldn't eat off any ice cream truck. Ah, damn. But Mr. Softy melts. Mimi and I both agree. Got to take out a loan to afford Mr. Softy these days. Oh, my God. Please don't tell me. How much for a regular cone? $5? Try narrow. I agree. I make as much stuff as I can. But how you have the time? Lucy B. It's an adulting show. Oh, thank you, Mama Flip. Yeah, we can't have nothing, Mimi. We can't have candy all damn day. It's time for people to grow up and listen to stuff that truly impacts our real lives. We are of that age. And sometimes we cut up. Listen, we kiki and laugh. It started with Cardi and Patty. She don't want no goddamn pies. Everybody in this dressing room is running late, bitch. What you want, Miss Patty? I don't got time for you today. What you want? They said, it come Patty them goddamn pies. Turn the lights off. Tell them Cardi's on stage already. Show her way to the stage, goddamn it. Kid, if you get Zerva to eat them goddamn pies. What, Patty? What? What? What, Miss Patty? What? Ding dong. Who is it? Patty girl. Oh my God. This nigga. Right? The only one still ringing the doorbell is Patty LaBelle. Get it, LaBelle? Ah, that is why people drop them off in their 50s, yup. Who is it? It's Patty, child. Open up. Oh, my God. All right, come here. Let her in when I say so. But 5 minutes into her talking to me, I need you to walk real fast in the middle of us. Just walk real fast and stop at the desk, okay? Just do it. Then she'll get mad and she'll leave. Trust me. Go ahead, let her in. You want to tell me it didn't happen exactly the fuck like that? You know how messy Cardi is. You know how shady she could be. You want to tell me that's not exactly how that shit happened? Thank you, Alain. Thank you. Nick is laughing. Y'all know that's how it happened. She said, who at the door? So my whole business. That's Patty LaBelle. What? What fuck? I called Meek for a reason. Oh my God. All right. Yo. When I tell you lie in, I want you to walk real fast. 5 minutes into her talk, real fast. Just swing. Almost bump her with your shoulder like Ebro did his bosses before they let him go. All right, you got it? You got the assignment? Let her in. Miss Patty, you ain't bring me no pie. And then as they talking, here out, swoosh. It was all orchestrated. I already know. Y'all know when y'all be having y'all little behind the door conversations with the people that you wanted there early, you wanted in your dressing room, and then the others that's coming later, like, if she wanted you there, Patty, she would have invited you there, Patty. You and me could have rode together in the car. Jersey Mike's does have wheat, but I don't know if it's the what it is or what it ain't. I got the power. And I'm starting to like their lettuce and their tomatoes either, Jersey Mike's. I told y'all to give me a heads up. Literally, a heads up. The fuck? Y'all don't listen. Y'all don't pay attention. I'm going to get patty pies. You complaining about white bread. What about them goddamn 45 patty pies? Shit. All right, who's celebrating a birthday today? Let's get these goddamn birthdays out the way. Come on, chat. Give me... Good morning. Could you please give me a list of prominent birthdays? R&B artists, hip-hop artists, athletes, celebrities, actors, actresses, people who have done good things for their lives and for the community for today. Today is a day you better make sure you either ask for an extension from the IRS or get your shit together real fast. I suggest 3Tax USA. 3Tax USA. Go right in there and they'll walk you through that shit real fast. You know, I can't do complicated. So if today is your birthday, you celebrate it with no. Keisha Cole's birthday is not today. I thought Keisha Cole was a Libra. Her birthday's in October. Well, I'm going down the list. Keisha Cole, Genuine, Esther Dean, Sexy Red, Louise Fonsi, Chris Stapleton, Emma Watson, Samira Wiley, Macy Williams, Seth Rogers, Jordan Childs, Jason Sehorn, Nawal Mutawakel, Leonardo da Vinci was born today, back in 1452. Linda Perry. Wait. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Cut the music. Cut the music. Cut the music. I forgot to tell y'all. Did y'all see the white girl that said that Katy Perry put her coochie in her face and slid her panty to the side and rubbed her face on the girl's face, and the girl was traumatized, and she's been trying to tell us that Katy Perry sexually assaulted her back for years and none of us paid attention? Did y'all not hear that? All right, let's get back to the birthdays then. I'm just saying, y'all didn't see. Yup, there it is. Whoop, there it is. That was the story. I said, who were some two little boys? She said that she was resting her head on her friend's lap And Katy Perry came up to her face, because if the head is in the lap and you walking over, pulled her panties to the side and rubbed her coochie on the girl's face. And that was just one time. Ooh, Flute, you always filed and spent your... I know that's right. The cheese don't melt neither. The ice cream ain't melting, the cheese ain't melt, and the fish don't fry in the kitchen. Unless I got that wig on. In which case. Yup. And now she's being... Yup. Now she's being investigated. Good. Good. That's why I say all of Hollywood, all of Congress, all of them, they've been eating kids, raping kids, taking advantage of kids and women and eating babies and doing all that foul shit. That's why won't nobody step up and stop them, because they are them. All that, oh, we're the Democrats, we're the Democrats, and no, y'all all doing the same shit. We're the jokes. Yup. And Katie's still breathing. Yup. And she said, the little girl said, she was trying to tell us for years and years. And she said, I tried to make light of it because I felt so awkward and embarrassed by it. But y'all ain't listen no way. So, yup. Yup. But the minute TMZ break the story, y'all going to be like, wait, what? Yup. Yeah, chat's a mess. Keisha Cole. We know she's a Libra. She the same one that said, yes, she kissed a girl. Amazon, bam. Yup. Absolutely. Katy Perry is one of them. And they said that Ellen, Ellen got away because supposedly she's involved in all that shit too. That she trying to get her citizen back and they told her no. Her citizenship back and they told her ass no. The other one, Rosie O'Donnell. She got her Irish citizenship, right? She's good. But Ellen allegedly gave up her American citizenship and went over there, somewhere over there. And now she's trying to come back. And they said, nope, go to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady going to jail. Ellen going to jail tonight. They're going to jail. Yep, they won't let her back in, allegedly. Yeah. And then your ex winds up alive on a stretcher. We all saw the video. She was not dead. What's the lady name? That was Ellen's girlfriend and was about to tell everything that Ellen and all of them was doing to kids and people and all that shit. And then they went up in there and said she died. And then we watched her getting up out of the body bag. And nobody did nothing. You're not planning to go into jail? You're done with me for the day? And Hesh. Yup. 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 And Ellen is going to jail. She going to jail tonight.
The homies going to jail. Said you going to jail tonight. The homies
Ellen is going to jail.
Said you going to jail tonight. The homies going to jail. Said you going to jail tonight, yeah. The homies going to jail. Said you going to jail tonight.
Yup. 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 It's too much. It's too much. But look, I love you guys for logging in every morning. Give yourselves a round of applause. I want to kiss your cheeks. Thank you for being here every day, on time, sometimes early. Thank you for spreading the word. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Send your super stickers. That's the only way this thing continues. Run up and make my fish. Let them know that Jonesy be shouting them out from the top to the bottom. Call Nick over at Nationwide Bus Charter and reserve a Sprinter or a bus for a family reunion. Just keep these people in mind, please. It will go a long way for me. Carla's kids. If you run into Carla's kids and see Carla's kid, well, you'll see her when I start Pink Champs. And Lay Cool Champagne. Request it at your spirit place, your liquor store, your fine wine. Request a Lay Cool Champagne so they can order it. All that goes a long way. Thank you. I got to rewind and see why Tasha K was getting dragged. It was a great show, Jonesy the Ant. No, she wasn't getting dragged. Tasha K was. No, I said if I was friends with Cardi B and I was in town and was doing a show and Cardi came to my dressing room to give me love and Tasha K happened to be my executive director or whatever, and she swooshed in between me and Cardi while we talking and exchanging pleasantries, Cardi would feel away, right? And it's my job to check Tasha K and say, bitch, are you crazy? I was making an example. I wasn't dragging her. I don't have no reason to drag her. I'd call her first and say, bitch. But, and again, thank you for the suggestion of R&B Divas New York, because without that suggestion, I don't know that I would have moved forward to make it a reality, because now it is a reality. We are officially in business. R&B Divas is in the beginning stages of casting and looking for R&B Divas from New York, Philly, DC, Maryland, Connecticut, Jersey, obviously, surrounding areas. You know, we call all that shit Delaware. We call all that shit our tri-state. So thank you. I think it was Jodeci. Was it Jodeci that came up with that idea that morning? Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. And thank you for your support. Thank you, Nick. Keep springing up on Make My Fish, y'all. What's the event in Newark for Mother's Day? The event in Newark for Mother's Day. Oh, Les Cool Champagne. I think it's the Cool Kids Foundation. I need to ask him. I'll have it for you tomorrow because there should be a flyer. You coming? Mimi, you coming out? Come on, Mimi. Yeah, I didn't drag Tasha K. I would never do. Just like I didn't drag the collective Bergen Catholic coaches. Just McGovern. And the other one whose name I can't remember, but I'm going to ask Shay when he get home. He's probably going to be like, why? Why? So you can be evil and dark? I'm not telling you. The one that threatened him with his crutches. That's it. I ain't got no problem. Listen. I don't mind y'all going back and telling, but tell it right. Don't be having people call my phone at 9 o'clock in the morning with an attitude, and then I have to explain like I'm a child, because I'm not doing that either. You welcome to Girls Mom. Right. You don't go to jail tonight neither. Going to jail. Right. That's what I'm saying. How is using Tasha K as an example considered a drag? I just need to make an example of how what that girl in Cardi's dressing room did was inappropriate, avoidable totally, and just out of pocket, in my opinion. Thank you, Anita. I'm about to take them drops, right? No. I need to order fish for an event on Saturday. Yes, please, Curvaceous. Please use Make My Fish, and you won't be disappointed. Their sides are great, too. All right. When I put in this order for merch for the Jonesy in the Morning tees, white and black, do I need any 3Xs? Do I need any 3Xs? Do I need any 2Xs? Giddy, you talking to me? I don't think he's talking to me. Do I need 3Xs, 2Xs? Rocky. All right, I need 1, 2X. Let me make a list. You know I gotta write shit down because I don't want to overbuy and have merch for that. I got the prizes yesterday for R&B Hip Hop Bingo next Thursday. I got the prizes. L and XL. So let me do this. Let me put small, medium, large, XL. That's 1X, I think. And 2X. and 3X. So we got 1 2X, 1 large, another 2X. Me too, Nick. Me too.
Another 2X. Sorry, I was on a call if you were talking to me.
Thank you. I'm going to hop in my car and hop over to either Harlem or Yonkers. Which is closer?
To you, Yonkers.
You think?
And unless they're getting a ticket. You go to Harlem, you get a ticket with your food.
Oh, wait, let me tell you the scam yesterday. The merch is the black Jonesy in the Morning t-shirts and the white Jonesy in the Morning t-shirts. That's the merch. Yeah, she was just using an example. We weren't dragging her. XL and the 2X. Shay Bella, somebody robbed me of your original 2X. I'll do a merch call again tomorrow, but this is for the Jonesy in the Morning t-shirts. White is going to look like this, and black is just going to look like black with that. Georgiana, bless you back, sis. She better move smart, too. Still dealing with Cardi B issue. Oh, I forgot all about that. So maybe that was a bad example to use. Well, even if it don't matter. It could be Mark Lamont Hill. If I'm talking to Cardi and Mark Lamont Hill comes swishing through, Mark Lamont Hill's going to catch it too. You got to protect the queen. Patty, she's like 82 years old now. She could have broken a hip the way that girl went through. Stop. You always do too much. You always go too motherfucking far. Always go too motherfucking far. Small and black. Oh, I forgot to ask the color. I'll get both colors just in case. I'll get both colors. So nobody else needs a large? Jones in the Morning t-shirts. The hoodie they stole at the Comedy in Harlem. It was like a soft steal. It was like a soft steal. Because nobody in here is a thief. 3X too. We can get 3X if we need. One X and 2X. Mo Jackson, do the same. Everybody have a great day. Love you guys for being here. We'll continue the merch orders tomorrow. I'm going to make my fish in Yonkers. I'm going to run up there real quick. Giddy said I'm close. And I'm wearing exactly what I got on. With the house shoes. With the bad eye. Love you guys. The end. The show did fly by, right? Because usually we wind up talking till like 12.